Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. So please become a part of Notification Squad. Peep Squad, hit that notification bell, baby. Know each and every time I drop a video and tell me what's on your mind. So let's get into it. Let's talk about growing up hip-hop. Let's talk about Sam, Egypt, and let's talk about Pep, and also Tretch and Tyran and Zack. So, today went down. Sam was on Instagram. He was in a, verbal altercation with someone he used to manage, someone that used to be his roommate. His name is actually Zack. And it's been all over the blogs. It's all over everywhere. Sam has done an interview with Maryjanetv with Mary Jane, and he's going to explain the story with Zack too as well. And also he's going to explain his relationship with Egypt, the ins, the outs. He's going to also explain the situation between TeeTee, Brianna, Troy, and his children's mothers too as well, and the situation with his children and how everything with that situation has developed and how things are working towards, more improvement and everything else like that too as well. And also his career, Egypt's career, and just his relationship on growing up hip-hop with all the cast members. He's going to open up and just tell it all. Every question that you want to be answered, Sam is going to answer the question, unless it pertains to an episode on growing up hip-hop that has not been shown to the public yet. So sit back, relax, get your drinks, get your popcorn, because you're gonna get all your questions answered. So let's tune in. This is Sam from Growing Up Hip Hop. He called me and I missed the call. I called back. It was about, early in the morning. He's on New York time. I'm on New York time too as well. So this just happened point blank, period, quick, fast, in a hurry, and nothing was orchestrated. Nothing, was prepared. It just happened right off naturally. It just happened organically. We did the interview, and hopefully we will have Egypt on the show. And if you guys got any questions for Egypt, please leave it in the comments. So when Egypt comes on to Mary Jane Creation TV, we can ask them questions too as well. But let's get into it. Let's talk. This is her speaking. This is her speaking.
Very nice to meet you, sister.
It's very nice to meet you too as well.
I see that there's a lot of question about who I am and who my character is and whatever has been going on. So I figured I might as well just call myself and clear up whatever questions you want to know. I quit the show, so I'm not in contract anymore.
Okay. Well, it's 1 second. Let me see if I can turn this up, because I can barely hear you. Hello?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Oh, so you really did quit the show?
Yeah, I really did quit the show.
Wow. That's crazy. So why did you quit the show?
Because there was a strong defamation factor. There's a lot of things that are displayed for me as who people think I am.
Okay.
I am. A lot of people think and believe a lot of these things, and in storylines, they're exactly what they're supposed to be. And please make sure you're recording this, because I want to make sure you get it all from me. I'd rather hear it from the horse's mouth instead of everybody going in and talking all this extra shit. And I would love to clear up the video you just posted as well. I mean, we might as well cover every topic.
Yes, sir. Why not?
It was good for me.
Why not? Because
There's a lot of defamation.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So the first thing is, people want to know, are you in love with Egypt, and are you using Egypt?
That is the best question, and the same question always. I'm very much so in love with Egypt. Me and Egypt actually, I had no clue who she was almost the first 4 weeks of knowing her. She's very, very tight about who she is with, who she's doing her thing with, and trust and best believe. It wouldn't matter to me who she was. It never mattered to me. I was never worried about it. I don't come from poor. I'm not a poor boy. I don't come from parents that didn't work, and my parents weren't in jail my whole life, nothing like that. Yes, there's been some struggles throughout my family, but as far as me being poor or having anything less than what I've had, I've always had clothes on my back. I chose the hood. The hood didn't choose me, if that makes any kind of sense. A lot of my friends were always from a place where they didn't have shit. I grew up in a place where I had stuff, and I'd rather be a if And I'd rather say, hey, man, I got clothes, I got your back. We all can look good, opposed to being an individual who sits there and says, hey, man, I look good, and have everybody hate on me for it. I wanted to be around the kids that were all the same. So I chose to be in the block. But I don't come from Egypt having something and her parents being icons. Yeah, that's cool. I even told that to her today, talking about all this noise. I was like, it's great that your parents are, icons in hip hop, and it so happens to be something I love, but I didn't grow up off Naughty by Nature or Salt and Pepper. That's not my generation. You know what I'm saying? You could pull out the generations now, and a lot of these kids, they're still learning who these people are. And to me, I knew who they were because I was young, but I didn't know they had kids. I didn't know Egypt, like Touch and Pep made Egypt. I had no clue. Like, ever in a day in my life did I know that they had kids. Ever.
Okay.
So that for me being an opportunist, I don't think I could be an opportunist in that manner. Like, when I first met Egypt, and then when she first told me Twitter who she was, my whole crew, we were all in college together. We were audio engineers. We went to the North Hollywood. Me and 5 other individuals and a bunch of other producers we work with. They all wanted to charge Egypt to work with her. I was the only person out the pack that said, fuck that, we ain't charging her nothing. We should be at a privilege to work with this girl. To see her grow into something great is a privilege. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
As far as love goes, there's nothing but love. I wouldn't go through all this backlash to love somebody, because you gotta think, if I was that individual, wouldn't you say I already was there by now? I could totally abandon shit by now if that was the type of individual I was. I would have already been like, yeah, I was on TV, whatever. I'm already on my way. Like, it's not like that. I want to endure this stuff if I didn't love her. I love that girl to death. That's the reason why I'm quitting the show. That's why I've quit.
Okay.
I quit because I love her too much, and it's causing too much friction.
Oh, well, I can understand that.
Too much friction with them.
I see the friction.
Like, you don't want your partner to go through that, where people are like, yo, before you came on the show, we didn't have these kind of problems. Like, people weren't sending Egypt hate mail, and they weren't being mean to her. But now I'm on the show, people are just definitely mean. And you think I want my partner to go through that?
I wouldn't want anybody to go through that. The other question is, how did you meet Egypt? Because right now the narrative on the show is that you met Egypt because you was working at a hair store, and when you was working at that hair store, you end up knowing Troy, and Troy was double charging Egypt and Pep, and so therefore, like, your hooks was into Egypt because you was working at the store, so you knew who she was, and you pretend like you was going to meet her at the gym, and that was all set up.
When I tell you this, you ready for this one? So, this is how it all happened. I ended up going to college. When I got to college, before I was in college, I was sleeping in the mother of my son's car. Why? Because my mother of my son got into an altercation with my dad. And a lot of crazy shit went on, and my dad kicked me out because I chose not to see the altercation go any further, and I chose to protect my baby mom from the situation that was occurring. And this was 2 months before I went to school. This is 2 months before I even started school. This altercation happened, so I lived in the car. I didn't give a damn about being around my big mama like that. It just so happened that I was in the car, and I always had to be in the car because I was living there at the moment. I was going through a rust patch. So I ended up working with Chantel because since I was in the car, she needed all her hair to be dropped off in different cities. So they started giving me money to go and drop hair off in different cities. Fine. I was making decent videos with my shit. After that shit happened, me and my baby mom, we separated and went our own ways. I went to Texas to take care of my mother because my mother had to deliver my brother stillborn at 6 months.
Sorry to hear that.
So I went out there to go take care of my mother. When I went out there, I came back and I started to college. I was already still with my baby mama. She was still coming to see me just because she had my son. That was how we made brackets my kid, because she had a car. I obviously didn't. But I had no ties with them. I wasn't working for that hair company. No, nothing. This hair company hadn't even known Egypt or Troy at this point. So I went and I met Egypt. Like, breathe, my 3rd week into school, I ended up meeting Egypt. After I met Egypt, 2 weeks later, we ended up at the studio, found out who she was, whatever. I didn't go and meet, actually get to go to her house for almost 2 months of being with her, which was fun because I didn't really care about it. Plus, it was scary. It was in the Hollywood Hills, that's where niggas get killed. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. But we ended up going up there, and they had just got a hair sponsor probably 3 weeks after that. Keep in mind, me and Egypt have been together now almost a month and a half, almost 2 months. And this is when I meet Troy. It was the first time in real life. Not TV life, real life. Okay? I meet Troy, and Troy has the same pink bag in his hand that says Starfire LA. So I said, wow. I said, where did you get that hair from, bro? He was like, oh, this is a new company. They just hit me up. They sponsored me some hair to put in Egypt and them, etc. I said, bruh, that's crazy. I used to work for that lady. What a small world. That's how they met. No ever did I know Chantel and been out for Egypt and combine the two. Nothing. Chantel and him never knew any of them until after I was already dating Egypt for almost 2 months. Funny thing and fact about that is she was doing India Love's hair before she met Egypt, and she was also doing, what is it, RJ King or something like that. Another guy, he's the one who does and all the hair. They had no ties to Pep in Egypt until I was in the relationship a month, and I hadn't talked to Chantel in almost a year or two. At that point, I had never really nothing like that. So that's not accurate. Is from what they say on the show. I met Egypt at the gym. I went to the gym because the gym under my college dorms, the lady who lived at the apartment complex where I lived at for my dorms, because it was an apartment complex, school rented out rooms for dorms. They put 2 people to a room for the art institutes. She lived there, and she used to train Egypt at the gym downstairs. I literally walked into the gym, seen Egypt after what the radio station was. I was like, Egypt. Or I didn't know her, but I was like, hey, what's the radio station here? And she was like, oh, it's such and such, such, such. And I was like, oh, damn. All right, cool. Get in the radio station. I was like, damn, that's a corny ass pickup line, Sam. You tried, you failed. So I kept it pushing. Halfway through the session, she was looking at me, I was looking at her, and I'm looking over and I hear her say, oh, yeah, man, I'm going to be in the studio tomorrow. Or I'm going to be going to the studio sometime. And the trainer asked her, and I was like, oh, shit, she does music too. I was like, oh, that's my way in, because that girl does music, I do music. Who wouldn't want to be in a relationship with another person who does music? Not a famous person, because I didn't know that. Just a famous person. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, oh, famous, Sam thought she was famous. No. She did music, I did music, I heard this, and I said, yo, my name's Sam. I go to Art Institute in North Hollywood. I'm an audio engineer and artist to done. Because that's what I was going to school for. She said, oh, dope, I do music. I said, all right, cool, me too. Show me your music. Let me see what you got. We talked for 2 weeks. She was even dating another dude. We talked for 2 weeks. And I was like, yo, what's the deal, girl? I was like, when did we get in the studio? She sent me her tracks. I thought they were dope. 3rd week came around. She wasn't talking to dude no more. Cool. I was talking to her. Finally, at the end of the week, we ended up in the studio. 2 minutes before she steps in the studio, one of my boys goes and says, hey, bro, this girl's somebody. I said, no, she ain't nobody, bro. She's just another bad little shorty who could sing. He said, nah, bro, she's somebody. And he went, and all my team went through her Instagram. They said, dude, this is Treppa. I said, who the fuck is Treppa? He said, this is Tretch and Peppa's daughter. She walked right in the door, and I said, why didn't you tell me this? And she was like, oh, I didn't, and I was like, hey, I don't care. I've already been following for you for the last 3 weeks. You feel me?
Okay. Next
so
question.
That's how we met.
The next question is, people feel like you are, taking TeeTee away and Brianna away. So what is the real issue between you and TeeTee? I know on the show they said TeeTee walked around the house naked while you was there. Could you explain how TeeTee was walking around the house naked? Was it something that, you expressed to Egypt for her not to, or did she? How did that whole situation go down? Hello? Hello? Are you still there? Sam? Sam, are you still there? Hello?
Call from
Somatic the Rebel.
to accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Hello?
Hello, I think the phone cut out. I was like, hello?
I was like, no, don't leave me now.
No, I promise. I'm because you out here in New York. Where you at?
I'm right near New York.
So am I.
Yep, New York and Boston.
See, and I fuck with New York, trust. But yes, to answer your question, are you ready for me?
Yes, I am.
So this is what happened. It wasn't no gestures, no nothing with TeeTee. Me and TeeTee, we met before the show. Because I didn't even want to be on the show. Egypt told me she didn't want me on the show. I said I didn't want to be on the show. I hate reality TV. I always have. I never wanted to be a part of it because I knew that there was edits and things that go around it. When I met TeeTee the first few times, things were good. Why? Because you don't just open up and not necessarily be yourself, but you're meeting people. You know what I'm saying? You don't give them everything. The thing was, TeeTee did not like me as a person just for the simple fact that I said she couldn't get rid of me out the family because she told me to my face when she first met, she was like, I'm the one that's going to have to approve of you. I could get you in or out of this family. And I said, no, you can't. I was like, that's up to Egypt. If Egypt don't like me, then I won't be here. But I wouldn't be here if she didn't like me. I was like, you can't dictate your cousin's life like that and say anything like I haven't done anything wrong. And she didn't like that. So TeeTee made it her goal to try to get rid of me from the jump out the gate. I didn't even know this show, so I didn't know how to play the game. So my whole first season, which I made nothing my whole first season, just so you guys know that. I got paid $0 for that. The first 12 episodes of season 4, I made nothing. And I was fine with that because I didn't care for it. I'm not about the money. Like, I didn't care for the money. But I did that, and they slaughtered me. And she really came at me mad tough. And the thing was, even then, I didn't think TeeTee had no thing for me or anything like that. I just thought it was a mean cousin being controlling. She's the oldest of the cousins. She's going to be like that. You get family members like that. That's real life. You know what I'm saying?
That's called protecting your family member. Even though if the shoe was on the other feet, I would be like, yo, why you hating on me? But I would understand. I'd be like, okay, the person I'm with protecting their family is on them.
It's guaranteed. You're going to have it. Just like when I met Tyran for the first time. I expected him to be the brother that protects his sister. That's how it's supposed to be in family. I have a sister, I have a little brother, and my older brother's already here no more. I understand how it goes. I was the baby before my little brother, who's only 5. I understand that. But what ended up happening was Egypt addressed me, and she let me know that, hey, why is my cousin always around you when you go out to smoke a cigarette? Why is she talking? Don't let her touch you while she's talking to you, because TeeTee is a hands-on person when she talks. She talks with emotions. She'll grab your arm. She'll talk to you. Egypt checked me for it. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that don't seem right. That just doesn't seem right at all. So from that point on, my guard went up. And I noticed that I kept getting bullied. I kept being the main topic. And then when TeeTee was intoxicated, TeeTee was a lot nicer of a person. And I told myself, I said, you know what, Sam, you better watch this, because you're closer in age to TeeTee than you are to Egypt. I could see how this could look real bad if you be too nice. So what ended up happening is there were times TeeTee was too nice, and Pep checked her for it, and she checked me at the same time, thinking I was cool with it, but I was really just like, yo, I'm not trying to be mean to this person, because then I look bad. I'm trying to stay in her good grace so she gets off my back, and I'm trying to make sure I don't do nothing that looks bad, because that's not what I'm about.
So the two people that first noticed it was Egypt first noticed it, and then Pep noticed it. So you didn't bring it up?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
They brought it to my occasion.
Okay.
And that's when I started to get defensive on shit, and that's why I was bothered by it. And then over time, just off the actions, I start to learn, and I'm like, okay, I recognize when I'm being bullied. Why am I being bullied? I mean, this is a girl who, she clearly, like, I'm not doing anything wrong to her. I'm not worried about her life. I'm not going out of my way. Why is she going out of her way? And I said, even on the show recently, I said that to Boogie. I said, it seems like a girl who likes you and just bullies you. Not in love, just likes you so they bully you. And it gets blown out of this big context to her being, whoa, she's in love with you.
Well, that's what Boogie told Little Twist, and then Little Twist went back and told TeeTee.
Exactly. And it became this big situation.
So was you serious? Was you serious when you said that she was in love with me? Or was it a joke?
I literally looked at her in her face and it was like, yeah, I said you're like a girl who bullies me. It's like you in love with me. I said it just like that. And you see with Boogie, like, you gotta think, if a person is in a situation where they feel they're wrong or they've done something, they're not gonna go up and try to say anything. Like, oh damn, I just talked about this person behind their back. Now they're calling me out. I'm not gonna say nothing. No, I'm gonna say exactly what I said. I said. It feels like that when you act like that. That's how those people act. If it wasn't true and it had no merit, it shouldn't bother you. Right or wrong, we're all adults. Like, it shouldn't have bothered you. And then it got blown so far out of context that the show just runs with it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, now I have this storyline. I gotta do my shit. You know, because believe it or not, the storyline has a lot of truth to it, but it's just what you got to see of it. You may have seen certain scenes, but you didn't see all the scenes. You didn't see everything that happened or the whole conversation. Same with my dad. All these people think that my dad is so far against me and my dad said all this, that, and the third. That's not how it really went. My dad made it very, very clear. He said, yeah, I was the one who fired my son because I wanted him to pursue his music. But that got clipped out of there. And all these other things got clipped out of there to make it look like my dad just fucking hates me.
Okay,
that's not the case.
The key point, I don't believe your dad hates you at all. The key point that everyone ran with the situation is the part when your father said, if he came to my door to ask my daughter in marriage, I will punch him in the face. And he was talking about you when you guys was first debuted on the show together, you know, playing pool.
Yeah. Total out of context. Context of that conversation was he said, man, if you were the old you, Sam, and you came knocking to my door, I would have punched you in the mouth. The old you.
Okay.
I wasn't always peaches and cream, but that's another thing that happens. This is TV. That's what happens. So at the end of the day, it's like, okay, yeah, my dad said that, but did he say it in that context? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, because that there is what every comment that I get, you know, and I repeated it too because that was the only part that we got. So I was like, damn, he felt that way? Like, whoa. But moving back to TeeTee, was she walking around the house naked or was that part of a narrative of the show?
You're going to see that come up on the show, recently, so just because I am off the show, but I'm not going to break what's coming.
Oh, okay. No problem.
I'll tell you, this is what you will see is that, guess that situation occurred.
Okay.
And that's what happened. That was something that even us as a family had to talk about.
Okay. I did see
that situation. Yes.
I did see Pep address her in the kitchen when you guys were having Egypt's birthday party about, you know, her being, you know, walking around the house unclothed. But I didn't know what type of context because I know I wouldn't do that around any of my family members' man. But like, say if you're running to the refrigerator, maybe you run into the shower, maybe you run it outside to get something, you know, you might just be butt ass naked.
No, literally, that a lot of this, like the situation, like I said, once you see it on the show, it'll make sense. You'll be like, oh, I get it. And you'll see, I could see how Sam could misconstrue that. I could see how TeeTee could have done that or that. Because TeeTee is in a happy relationship of her own. She's doing her own fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? At this point, she's doing her thing. She's on her own game. She's doing her shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's doing her thing. Yes, she's pregnant. She's doing her own thing. And then last time I seen her, she was pregnant and she was with Pep and they was at a gathering together, and I congratulated TeeTee on that. So that's cool that their relationship is still cool because it was shown on IG. But then the other question is about Brianna. I don't know how much you want to say about her because I know you guys both live in the same place.
Oh, no, I'll tell you exactly what's up with Brianna, man. This is the thing. Brianna is not a bad individual. Like, I'm not going to sit here and slaughter the pod. Like, there's no point in that. I don't have as much negative things to say as much as things that are factual. I'll tell you right now, Brianna said something to Egypt when she first met me. And this is what sparked the whole flame. And, hold on. Egypt. I'm texting Egypt. Put it like this. Brianna walked up to, and she met me. We all had a good time. We were kicking it. We were drinking. This is the first time I met her. We're at the hills. We're chilling. No TV, no nothing. This is my first time. TeeTee brought her. We were all drinking, like all the ones who are old enough, because Egypt wasn't old enough at this point. Egypt goes to get in the shower. And Brianna walks in there and she says something to Egypt. And then she comes back out. And I smoke my cigarette, just chopping it up, whatever. When she leaves, she goes and Egypt tells me, she says, Brianna came in and said something to me and it really bothered me. And I said, what did she say? And she said, Brianna said, I got 3 things to tell you. 1, I love you. 2, I love your man. 3, I won't fuck him, but I might come close. And that right there was what sparked the whole fucking situation with Egypt, Brianna, me, all that. Because when she said that, Egypt also spoke to Troy about that. And that was in the first season I was. And Troy went and blew it out of context, trying to say Brianna pushed up on me. Brianna never pushed up on me. She's not that type of individual. She don't do that. But what she said is what she said.
Okay.
And Egypt was bothered by that. And throughout time, Brianna has grown into this individual where this is what it is. Like, this girl takes the storyline of TV so serious. We would be on a set and you'd see people, you see her, people getting out their cars, stuff, get ready to start singing, walk up and you try to love somebody. And you'll be like, yo, what's up, Brie? Nope, not to where I'm filmed. Get away from me. Like just hatefully mean because she wants to be in her character. And that's fine, but bitch, you're taking it too serious. So over time, I started to say, man, I can't fuck with a nigga who's like that, who gets mad and gets rude to people and then says, oh, this is for the show. Like, no, bro, that's like that. You're hurting my real feelings now. So when that shit occurred, that's when we had the live show. And I started to say, Brianna, you're soft as baby shit. You're soft. And what I meant by saying soft was like, you're a good-hearted person, and you put on this mean-ass persona, and that's why people think you're the bad guy when you're not. But I didn't even get to say none of that shit. She literally cut me off and started dissing me. Then she started talking shit to me. And I told her, I said, Brianna, I'm not from here. I'm not from where you're from. I was like, you're not going to throw a drink on me. You're not going to do nothing to me. I don't believe in that. I'm sorry to tell you. So Brianna, you didn't see a clip scene. Brianna gets clipped, and all of a sudden, Brianna starts taking her shoes off. And I've seen Brianna walk up and sock dudes in their face before. I'm not going to be the next nigga, especially on live TV. You're not going to sock me. So I raise up and I'm like, nigga, bring it. Like, you're not going to hit me. I'm sorry to tell you, I wasn't raised that way. I've watched grown-ass women knock out niggas 6 times their fucking size. I don't sleep on women.
So what was you going to, so if she tried to hit you, was you going to grab her and, and hold her like a restraint, or was you going to go to combat?
Oh, it would have never been to combat.
Okay.
If anything, she would have caught a drink on her. You feel me? She would have got splashed, and hopefully she would have brought herself back to reality and said, hey, yo, maybe I'm making a mistake. This nigga done splashed me and dodged me. He's probably not the person I want to fight. Maybe I'm just a little pissed off today. Like, I don't got no business hitting somebody. Like, I'll put it like this. There's so many people on this show, even this whole little Twist Me beef. There's so many fucking things that I look at and I say, man, this shit's comedy, yo. People think I'm scared of Twist, this, that, and the third. I'll tell you, with me and Twist, man, I felt disrespected because Twist met me the same time he first met Egypt, and that wasn't in no Chicago or nothing like that. We were out there in L.A. at Dame Dash's event. I showed up to the event, and I had my fucking 4-year-old son with me. Keep in mind, my 4-year-old son came to the event. I was told this was a family environment event. I don't bring my son on TV. I don't bring none of my kids on TV because I see how they roast me. I don't want nobody picking on my kids. I don't need their mentalities getting fucking damaged because they stepped on a show and people want to diss them because my son wears a long ponytail, call him a girl. He's got a pretty face. I don't want to hear none of that, so I don't bring my kids on. But in this day, they said it was a family environment. I showed up to this environment, and all I seen was niggas smoking blunts inside, bandanas flagging, and I was upset about that. I was upset at production because I said, you guys said this was a family event. I would not have came because I got my son here with me this week. I wouldn't have came to this event because I don't want my son to be around this type of shit. I did gang shit. I was around that bullshit. I don't want to be around that shit. So, I was upset. They went and clipped my facial expressions when I was upset with them and made it look like I had a problem with Twist. Fine, cool. But also, they went up and told Twist, oh, Sam's tripping because you're rag, this, that, and the third. Not even letting him know I'm only tripping because my 4-year-old son's here and he don't need to be around grown men gangbang. Like, come on now. What kind of like father am I to take my son around people when things are like that? I don't want my son to understand gang shit. I don't want my son to be around that. I want him to grow up and think everybody's cool and everybody's great, not fucking be sitting there like that guy's scary. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even talking about Twist. Once I'm talking about his goons. I just don't roll like that. So Twist gonna go, and he gonna tell JoJo, I guess, in a scene before, that, like, after he meets Egypt, he goes and tells JoJo, oh, I think me and Egypt gonna be friends with benefit. What is friends with benefits? Is your name Mary Jane? What do I call you?
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane, if somebody goes up and tells you that they're going to be friends with benefits with you, what does that imply?
That they want to have physical interaction with you.
Exactly. So this nigga met me, knows that I'm in a relationship, knows Egypt's in a relationship, then goes after that and tells another man he's pretty much going to sleep with my woman.
Well, yeah, he did the same thing to Boogie when Boogie didn't want him to date his sister, and Boogie's sister Ava has a man, and he was still trying to, mess with Boogie about, like, hey, I want to get with your sister, and you could really tell that Boogie was uncomfortable with that situation. But there's another thing. I don't know if you can talk about this. With Egypt and Brianna, there was an altercation. Is that something that's going to be on the show? We got to wait for it.
Yep, you'll see it.
Because, the word on the street is that somebody from the hood came with, Egypt, and she got socked and she got punched.
Who got punched?
Brianna. And people think that you put Egypt up to fighting Brianna.
You know the funniest thing, and I'll tell you what I can say is, for 3-4 weeks, I told Egypt, do not hit nobody. Egypt has never been in a physical altercation, but she knows how to protect herself. I was a second instinct boxer. I boxed since I was 11 to 17, then picked back up in my 20s, and I'm 27 now. I got medals. I was a fighter. I enjoyed fighting. Tyran is a fighter. He's very good at what he does. Egypt is not a sucker, but she's never been in any physical altercations. And we all told Egypt, this is not the route you need to go. Once you fight one person, then another fight altercates, and then you feel like this is an option. I don't want her to fight my battles. Fighting Bree is a pointless situation for me. What does that do for me? Yeah, Egypt punches you, you fight, whatever the situation happens, then what? It becomes a big-ass war where people have to sit down and talk and try to make things understandable. And look, even with your show picking it up, all these things happen.
Yeah, because
so
Bree
putting Egypt up to it was no. Okay. I didn't want her to fight nobody. I don't care for that type of shit. I didn't want Egypt to fight, and still to this day, I tell her every day, I said, Egypt, I told you if you threw that punch, things were going to change. Now look at everything.
Yes, because Bree been on Instagram since that altercation happened, and she's talking about that she wants to sit down with, Egypt and Tretch and her father and things like that, of that nature. You think that would ever happen?
Seems like a smart idea. It seems like the smartest idea, if you ask me. Those both Tretch and Kindu, they're cool. They have a relationship. They're good people. I don't see why that wouldn't be a good idea. And
I think so.
Anything that can push towards things not being a problem, of course. I agree with that. I think that is great. I don't want war. I never wanted war. Egypt didn't want war. But you got to think about some things. And you'll see this Thursday. There's a lot of things that happen transpiring after this that Egypt even sits uncomfortably with. You know what I'm saying? You'll see our engagement party is about to go haywire. Can't tell you what happens, but it's going to go haywire.
I think there's a lot going on.
It has nothing to do with me. Yeah, it has nothing. Honestly, whatever situation that occurs has nothing to truly actually do with me.
There's a secret that's supposed to be revealed. And
yeah, it's going to be funny.
I know you can't tell me what the secret is. If you see my videos, I didn't already guess. But you have a friend. I don't think he's a friend.
This man is no friend.
I was about to say, I don't think he's a friend.
On the street.
I don't think he's
this boy on the street. That's why. I'll tell you about the whole story with them. We lived in a fucking big ass fucking penthouse in Hollywood. It was $6,000 a month. Me and Egypt split it down the middle. That's what couples do. We moved in together. That's what we were doing. We had a production team that was with us, and they were working with us, and they all helped and split certain parts of the rent because they were there. It's a lot harder to work with people.
1 second.
When they all have something else to do. Go ahead.
Before we get into him, the rumor on the street is that you are Pep's plug. I know what you know what plug means, but plug for like the underwear on the street. People think that the reason
that woman is an OG. What are you talking about?
Well, people think that you that
with Tretch, like she's an OG.
She is a G. She's a legend. She is.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Like I'm from in to clear up a lot of more smoke for you. I'm not from New York. I'm not from LA. I was born in Washington State.
Yes.
I was raised in Washington State, and then I moved to Chicago in my later teenage years. A lot of people have the story fucked up.
I got the story from your father. What your father said to Pep, Chicago. That's what I got. He said you was from Washington. And also with that situation, why did your father say that you cannot even sleep on your family member's lawn because you burnt bridges? Now, is that true?
Oh, I have family members like any other family members that they don't care to be around people who are active. And when I left and I went to Chicago, then came back for my first time, I was a whole different individual. I wasn't a person who was janky. I ain't a robber or nothing like that, but I attracted bad people. Meaning people always want to smoke with me. I was a fighter in the streets. I still to this day am known for shit that don't even make me proud as being a fighter. People didn't want people at their house that they knew they had to worry about, oh, somebody might pull up to fight Sam because he just socked this person over here.
Okay.
Or, oh, man, this guy's talking shit. My family was more scared to be around me than anything just because I was a bad person, but I wasn't scared of bad people. I don't like bullies. I don't like niggas who go out here thinking that because you gangbanging and this, that, and the third that you tough. That's not what it's about. You know what I'm saying? So my family was nervous, and that's another thing out of context. That's rough on people is I'm not that individual. I'm not a person who does that type of shit. I don't go out here and just, I burn bridges with my family. They hate me. No. My family just knew that I was on a path at one point where I was really horrible individual. I used to drink a fifth to the face every fucking day. Straight. No problems, no nothing. I was with that action. Nowadays, I hardly even drink. I don't smoke weed because I get paranoid and shit. I hate drugs. I done lost so many friends to drugs. I don't like drugs. Like, I'm not that type of person. Like I say, a lot of people really don't know me.
Yeah, because I would assume that you smoke weed. I would assume that, but you're telling me that you don't.
No, I'm paranoid. You give me some weed, I guarantee you, I'm going to hop in the shower for an hour after I hit it once. I'll be sitting in there tripping, talking about, can you give me a glass of milk? That is one thing I'll tell you. When Sam is too scary for that. I cannot smoke to save my life. And all my friends will tell you that. They're like, yeah, man, we passed this nigga weed, and we were in the studio session. He got up, thought he was having a heart attack, went home.
Yeah, that can happen. And also, your father said you had a drinking problem. You're also talking about you to take a fifth to the head. So you don't have a drinking problem anymore. You don't have.
I don't at all. Egypt was a big part of not having a drinking problem. I used to drink because of the unfortunate events that I went through in my life. When my parents divorced at a young age, and left on my own, trying to do all this kind of stuff. It rubbed me wrong as a kid. And I learned even in my family, like, drinking was kind of our thing. We weren't smokers and drug dealers and drug doers. We just we drank alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I became a drinker. We call it a generational curse. Yep. I was the one out of a few of my cousins who picked it up. After that, I met Egypt, and Egypt used to sit down. She'd say, Sam, I don't want you to quit drinking, but I want you to be alive long enough to let me love you. And I used to look at her, and I'd be like, damn, man, that's a fucked up ultimatum right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, that's some real shit.
Long enough to let you love me.
Yes.
I learned from that moment. I was like, I need to slow down because this person wants to love me and I want to love them. So I'm going to slow down. And I started to slow down, and I went through crazy withdrawals. And Egypt was with me every step of the way. She made it to where I was okay. And I nothing happened to me, and stuff like that. I was going through shakes and fevers, all kinds of shit. Now, I can go out in public. I'll have a shot or two with the guys, if that, and then I'm out. Or if it's like we have Double Cup Tuesday where we go to Buffalo Wild Wings and you get 2 beers for the price of one. I'll drink those 2 beers, take my ass home, hop in the shower until I sober up. I don't like being out of my mind.
Okay. And another
But
question is,
that's due to her.
a lot of people, are talking about Egypt drinking on her birthday and seeing her, drink because, she turned 21. And some people are contributing her drinking to you. Does Egypt
Oh
drink?
man, that has nothing to do with me. I'm sorry to say, that has shit to do with me. I'll put it like this. You want to know what one of Egypt's hardest part of our relationship was nearly about 6 months ago? It was that she is 21 and she wants to go out and party and I don't. I tell Egypt like this. I'm like, baby, if you want to go out, you go out. We trust each other. You go out, do your thing, call your homegirls if you, whatever ones we got, go do your thing. She don't want to go out without me just because she loves to go dancing and stuff. I don't like to go out. So her drinking and doing what she do, that's Egypt's choice, and Egypt will tell you. And the cool part about Egypt also is Egypt doesn't have an addictive personality. She's not a person who's like wasted every day, so I got to drink something. Nothing like that. She's literally a person who's like, yo, let's go out. Now I'm 21. I can get into clubs. I can actually have a drink. Like this girl, when I met her, she wasn't drinking or anything because she was like, I got to be 21. I want to follow the rules. And she was like that nearly our whole relationship, even going up to 21. It wasn't until she was 20 that, she was even, like, oh, let me get a shot. We'd be like, girl, chill. You ain't old enough yet. You got a couple more months, Egypt was followed the rules. So her drinking and her stuff like that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'll make sure she's good. She drinks too much, trust me. I'll take care of her. I'll be sitting in the shower with her, making sure she good. I don't
That's good. That's important.
That's me.
The other question is, people are concerned that you are in the spotlight with the music, and you recently did a show on growing up hip hop. You guys were at a club, and I'll tell you, they didn't do justice with that song you did on stage when you was just as Joker. I was kind of cynical. I was like, what's going on?
That was intentional.
So
that was mad intentional. They chose the weakest song to put. They put. How when you do go to a show, you have songs that are fillers.
Yep.
The songs that you throw in the mix, they play more like filler. Because if you go on, like, you can go on my Instagram and everything, you can see videos from the show. That was a sold-out show. We opened up for Little Debbie that night.
Yep.
The artist.
Yep.
When we finished that show, because that's the Whiskey a Go-Go. That was not my first time being there. That was me coming back to the stage. That was the first place I started out in LA. So it was the first place I came back to the stage in. When we came back, we sold out the venue. And when we got off stage and Little Debbie went on, everybody left. There was 23 people there. When we left the stage, there was 23 fucking people there. So trust and believe, we showed up and did our thing. They don't show no justice, but it's okay because my music speaks for itself. I'm not a horrible artist, trust me.
No, but hold on, Sam. Before you keep going, like I said, they did no justice. I was like, I gotta go find his music. So I went to Spotify. I found your music, and that's when I heard the song "Controversy." And then they show "Controversy." They, you played this. They debuted you in the studio doing that song, and then I listened to all your music even before then. Then I found your music, and I was like, so if when I do talk about you, I do say like he's legit. Like you have, I won't put you in hip hop. I won't put you in rap. I'll put you in hip hop, rap, pop, just all different types because you have a different type of style. Like you can do. You're very versatile with music. And I like that I can understand what the hell you are saying. You're not a mumble rapper. So that was a plus.
Exactly. I'm anti-mumble rap.
So I checked out the music. But what about the lyrics and Controversy? Are they for you? Or is that something that you wrote for yourself? Or was it...
I wrote it. I definitely wrote it.
From your feelings in your heart?
Yeah, my heart is in that song, 110%.
Okay.
But I think a lot of people, like I'll put it like this. One person where they commented on the song on YouTube, and they said I sense Prince vibes. What a lot of people don't know is, well, I grew up with nothing but Prince in the house.
I knew it was Prince. Controversy. I knew it was Prince.
Exactly. You know that song. Am I black or white?
Yep.
Am I straight or gay? You feel me?
Yep.
So it was kind of like a shout out in the way, in a sense, but also adding my own truth to it, and that's something that you're gonna see. You'll see me perform that full song this week.
You got a good falsetto too. Your falsetto is very good too, as well.
Thank you. It was a tough night. You'll see, I might be a little shaky on the performance. I was pretty damn nervous that night, because that was the first time really putting that out there and not knowing what people would say, and that's what's hard about it is. You know, it's a
I like the song,
music.
but I heard the lyrics. I like the song. I listened to your whole album. Then I was like, I had a question on my YouTube channel. I asked the audience. I was like, I wonder would Tretch do a song with him? So all I had to do was go to Spotify, and Tretch did a song with you. So I was like, Tretch is good with Sam. He gotta be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's one of the most dopest individuals to be around, and he's literally like, Mom has taught me a lot when it comes to being a part of like the TV life. You know what I'm saying? Even though Mom and Dad both did a lot of like TV and movies and stuff like that, Tretch has been on me tough with the music. Like, he's been sculpting my mind and helping me to evolve. You know, and even just being in a session with him and hearing how he puts his words together. I mean, you just heard Eminem talk about it. What Tretch does in a studio is just it's impossible. How beautiful it is. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that he got on a track, not only one but 2 tracks with me, it was like,
yes.
Yo, man, I must be doing something right when it comes to being on music and by the situation I'm in. Like, Tretch is not a liar by far. He's one of the most honest people in the world, and that's what I got a lot of love for him for. And he's told me straight up, literally, if I didn't want you around my daughter, you wouldn't be around her. Period. You know what I'm saying? If you wasn't solid, you wouldn't be here. And that's really what it is. Like, I don't lie about shit. That's one thing that a lot of people don't realize. I'm the person that if you ask a question, I'll tell you the truth. Why? Because I learned that the truth is a lot easier. It doesn't go on as long. You know what I'm saying? If you lie, it goes on for so long, and then finally the truth comes out, and then it's over the next day. But if you just tell the truth that one day, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ask me a question, I'll answer. I'm not a person like that. That's why I was watching your video. When I seen your number pop up, I was like, I could tell she's from New York or something. I know she's on the same time as me, but the fact that the number's up there, I'm fucking calling. I would love for her, and I even wrote it in the comments, like, interview me. Just let me know. When you want to interview, just let me know. I'll tell you what it is. And with this dude, Zachary, I'd love to get into that if you're ready.
Oh, yeah, I will, because, he dropped some more information, and some of the stuff might pertain to growing up hip-hop, and he said something that, was kind of crazy, but I don't know if I want to say it now because, we're on the phone.
No, what did he say?
He said that you slept with a trans woman.
Oh, did he?
I think that's what I heard, but I went back to go try to find it. That little clip, clipped back off. It was in the part where he was saying that you was trying to get with a Caucasian girl in the studio. And basically, I was going to go with that. Like, oh, he's cheating on Egypt. He's trying to get with Becky.
And then you heard me say, bruh, that's funny. I don't like white women.
Yeah, no, that part cut off.
Yeah, I actually don't. I'm not racist. I promise you that. But since I was a little boy, I've always dated nothing but black women. Like, it's strong factual. I think I had one girl I dated that was she was Mexican and white, and that was it. I've always dated black girls. I dated one mixed girl, but she was black and Puerto Rican. Like, I love the melanin. I'm sorry. I'm all about my sisters. I'm all for all that. But white women, nah, that's not me. I'm sorry to say. My mom's white, so it's kind of like you look at your mom and you're like, do I want to marry somebody that looks like my mom? Yeah, my mom's beautiful, but nah, I don't think I want to marry like my mom. I'm weird like that.
And your mom is supportive of you. She's supportive of you. I see her in your comments. She's in your comments. And your father's there too as well. It's a sad thing that we didn't get a chance to meet your father sooner so we can know more about you. But the other thing is when it comes to your relationship with Egypt, people want to know why Pep gave you a brand new car and Tyran is driving a 07. So that's the biggest, dig that we be throwing.
You're gonna love that one. You'll love that one. So basically, this is what happened. When I first met Egypt, I was in school. Of course, like I was saying, I was in school and doing my thing, and I worked a job right there on Lancashire. I worked at the Urban Skillet. It was an under the table job that paid cash every week, ran by some other fuckers. So it was a place, it was a cooking spot. So I worked over there, and what ended up happening was I stopped working there because I had too much studio time going on, and I was in school, and I couldn't balance all three at once. It's stressful for any college student. Some can do it, some can't. I was unfortunately not the one that could do it. So when I was in school, I got kicked out of school. I got kicked out because the guys I was like dormed up with, they wanted to throw a big old party, and come on now, what's a party without somatic? And people already knew, not for being a part of like Egypt and stuff, because at this time I just started talking Egypt. People didn't even know who Egypt was. I'll put it like this: I was doing stuff. Do you know who Nicole Arbor is?
No.
Nicole Arbor she's Canadian. She was one of the people who was critiqued the most because when fucking Childish Gambino did This Is America, she fucking did like a parody version of White Girl. She's been on The View. She's been on all over, and she used to do the thing with Dear Fat People, all that kind of stuff. Like, you can look her up on YouTube. She's got mad fucking subscribers. But long story short, I was doing stuff in the underground with people like her. You'll see me featured in her video, and I can send you those links if you hit me with like an email. I could show you, I was working in the circuit before her, before I met Egypt and stuff like that. But people already knew that part about me. So the fact that I was already in the circuit, they knew if I was a part of the party, there was going to be a lot of motherfuckers to show up. So I said, okay. We threw a big-ass party, and the floor almost caved in our dorm. We got in a lot of trouble, as you would expect.
Yes.
Project X party. We had the fucking Fanatics. I don't know if you know the song. Don't drop that stuff. Those niggas showed up. Like, we had a wild-ass fucking party. Security came and shut it down, and I literally packed up my bag, and Egypt with me left the party going. So I got in a lot of trouble. I got kicked out of school. When I got kicked out of school, Pep and them said, hey, Sam, we want, you could be here with us. And they took me in, of course, because I was really doing my thing. They loved me, and they showed me a lot of respect, and they knew I wasn't no fuck nigga from the jump. So they took me in. After that, Pep was like, well, I want to make sure you're doing something. I hear Uber is really big. I want to start an Uber service. And I was like, okay, well, what you talking? She was like, I want to start an Uber service. I want to start with one car. And then from there, we get it going, and then I want to have a bunch of cars that are just, my Uber service. She was thinking big mom business move. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yep.
Pep always think about a business move. She's a great woman with that. So she said, Sam, I want you to be the person who drives first. And I said, well, that's great, because even then, I have to go get my son and stuff, instead of having his mom and paying money to his mom to come down here and drop him off. That's even better. I can go meet my son halfway and pick him up. Stuff like that. So that works out for all of us. So mom went and she got Prius. And I was like, all right, bet. That's great. And I was supposed to start driving the Uber stuff for her, but then mom went on her tour. And then I wasn't able to get the car registered because it was in her name. So I wasn't able to do Uber because you have to go through, do the smog test. You got to make sure the person whose name it is shows up and registers it and all this kind of stuff. So I wasn't able to do Uber. But also at the same time, I took off on the show. And the show went from being 12 episodes to 24 seasons. I don't know if you noticed that either.
Yes, I have.
We're the only season that goes. Since Sam came on, it went from 12 to 24 episodes a season.
No, so you, Egypt, and Brianna are lit on the show. And TT's lit too. Yeah. But the whole situation is around Egypt and Sam's relationship. So you never drove the Uber.
We're a couple people's storyline. So I didn't end up getting to do Uber. So what ended up happening was, right before that, an incident happened, and then mom got her residency out in Vegas. And so when she got her residency in Vegas, we ended up moving out to Vegas as well. So when we moved to Vegas, I gave the car back to mom. And I said, because mom was like, you can keep the car. And I was like, no, mom, because I'm working and we're making money, but I don't want no handouts. I was like, I don't want it. I want to be my own man. I want to get my own stuff. I don't want people to think that I'm with you just because you guys can do this for me. I'm going to allow it. That makes me feel less of a man. So I gave the car back to mom. Now I ride a motorcycle. I ride my first vehicle, my first motorcycle on my own, and I ride my own motorcycle. I don't even have a car. So all that stuff that you hear about the Benz and all that, Egypt bought that Benz when she was 16 years old with her own money from the show. And Pep helped her. I don't got no Benz, never wanted a Benz. If it was up to me, I'll be honest, I would have a 2000 Cadillac Sedan DeVille and be cooling. $1,500 bucket, that's my dream car, and it's always going to be my dream car. But Sam don't got no Benz. And as far as with Tyran, Tyran lives in, New York.
Yep.
Phoenix. He's out here in the streets. You already know how it is driving around here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you don't really need a
it's
car.
It's a whole other ball game.
Yep.
Tyran's focused on his fighting and his training. He's opening his own school. He's doing his damn thing. So it's a little different, I've been waiting to get him a car and stuff, but Mom's working all the time. And that's something that she's been on. Like, Mom is always about that shit. She was all talking to us about, Tyran want this new Range Rover. I got to get it for him. That's why I got to go do this little tour real quick. Mom is about that life. It ain't about anything. Tyran is a very, if you don't ask, you don't tell. If you don't ask me, I don't tell type person.
Yes.
Tyran ain't verbal when it comes to that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So me getting the car, trust, I get the car back. I don't want nothing that isn't in my name. I don't want to be a part of nothing because, like I said, it becomes ammunition for everybody. But that's inaccurate with the whole Tyran and Sam getting a car. Like, a lot of people try to pin me and Tyran against each other.
Yeah, that's what it seems. That's where the narrative is going. That Pep spoils you more because you're with Egypt, and Tyran is just basically out left alone. And I basically said that too because that's what it looks like on the show.
Oh yeah, the show, it definitely looks like. But that's another thing about people know is, Tyran's got Tretch out here. She's got Dad out here. And he's cool with that. He's even on Growing Up Hip Hop New York. A lot of people don't even know that.
I tried to watch that show, but I couldn't. I tried.
Yeah, they're messy. I know that.
I tried. It's not interesting. It wasn't interesting. No, y'all are interesting.
Trying to come.
Y'all are interesting.
Come out here. You might see us on that. Like, that's something that we've been talking about right now. Is like, why don't me and Egypt come out to New York and get on the New York show?
Oh, that.
And, bring some liveness. So that's something that's even in the works because we hear that the ratings aren't all that great. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Tyran and me get pinned on each other all the time. But people don't realize me and Tyran, we're with it. We go and we train. Whenever I'm around him, we train. We work out. Even Mom has to get on us and tell us to stop training because we train too hard on each other. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's good to hear.
It's love.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, it's all love. He says what he says about me, but I'll go and I'll talk to him. I'll be like, hey, man, I don't like that shit. He's like, oh, shit. You know what it is. And I'll be like, all right, let's go train. Let's kung fu the shit out of each other for a little bit. And we'll feel better after that. That's just how it is.
Oh, and there's another question.
Go ahead.
People, like in all the comments, everyone thinks that Pep is on some type of narcotic.
No, Mom's actually not. Mom actually, a lot of people don't know, but they're going to be finding out soon. And it's just fact. Mom was in a really bad Uber accident the first year that I became a part of the family. And she's been performing with a slip disc and a crooked spine and neck for the last 2 years. And she's been trying to figure everything out. She ended up having to have a knee surgery also from the accident. Everything. Mom's not a drug addict by far. Mom is anti-drugs just like we are. Mom doesn't actually even drink alcohol anymore either.
That's good to know because Pep is a legend, and that's like one of the things people are concerned about because people think that Pep is on something because she has conversations with Brianna and it doesn't seem coherent.
No, what Mom tries to do with Brianna is she matches Brianna's energy. Brianna's crazy, so I'm going to give her crazy back. And you notice that's how altercations don't ever get nowhere with them.
Yes.
Because they're matching each other. Mom's not crazy. Mom is probably one of the wisest women also, like along Tretch, the wisest people I've ever came across. They literally, they understand this. Like, they don't engage in bullshit. They don't engage with their followers and the people in the trolls and everybody who talks shit. They don't do that type of stuff. They literally understand that this comes with the territory. People are going to talk. They don't care. That's been my hardest struggle, though, is I care because I love people. I genuinely just love people. I don't want people to think sour about me because I'm the type of person, I'll give you the shirt off my back. Literally. I'll give you my damn socks, whatever it is you need if I see you're hurting and I know I got some at the house. I don't care if I'm walking in the snow. If I know you need it more and you got nowhere to go, I'm that type of person. And I think that's another thing that they all see in me. I'm a good-hearted person. I've been taking blow after blow from this show. I've been getting bullied, beat, put down.
Oh, yes, you have.
Different ways.
Oh, and yes, you have. And I can't get on the front. I said some things, but I also said a lot of positive things about you too as well. And I tried to break down the mental aspect of what I can get from the TV show. And your father helped me out with that too as well. Then putting everything else together, it gave me a better understanding too as well. But the show just be like, Sam's out here wilding.
Yeah, it's entertainment. Yeah, it's definitely entertainment. That's why, like, when I called, you see, I didn't come at you crazy. I was like, is this the person? Like, I wanted you to know what was going on. I was like, man, she talks all about us. I bet you she would love to actually hear it from the horse's mouth.
You know it. You know it.
Like, you feel me? I'm not that individual. So from there, we could get to today's shit. Because I actually told Egypt earlier today, I said, I bet you Mary Jane picks up this shit that said right now on this live. Like, I bet you she's going to pick it up.
Oh,
so,
yeah, I did.
We'll get to that.
Okay, we can get into that because first thing with him, he said, I heard you talk about your son. He said you only claim one kid.
I'll be 100% honest. It ain't that I only claim one kid. I don't have a strong relationship with my daughter. I had my daughter when I was a young teenager.
All right.
I had a daughter, and for the longest, I went through a series of not knowing if she was my daughter. Still to this day, I've never blood tested her, and everybody, including myself, we just go off the looks. She looks like me. She looks a lot like me. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, as a person, I haven't ever been able to do that. And what was stronger and a big problem is when you get certain baby mothers, not all are bad. Sometimes you get a dope-ass baby mom, but sometimes you get some ones that are kind of shit when they use kids as money. And that's the thing that I don't fuck with. I don't care if I'm poor. I don't care if I'm rich. You're not going to use this human being as a fucking paycheck. That's not how it works. That's really not how it goes. And that's what my daughter's mother has done. I owed $12,000 in child support. I'll tell you that straight up. And I hope you don't cut and edit like the show does on me. Please, I hope we show everybody the truth.
No, I'm gonna put the whole video up, and then after that I might break some up, but I'm gonna put the whole video up in entirety because mostly everything that I do is very raw, and this is raw because it just happened. This is right now the conversation we're having is organic, and I'm gonna keep it that way so people can get the gist of the conversation and everything else.
Of course. But yeah, back to what I'm saying. I owed $12,000 in child support for my baby mother. My first season of Growing Up Hip Hop, episodes 1 through 12, I made no money for that shit. Then I told them, I said, hey man, you got episodes called Let's Talk About Sam. I'm not making no money. At this point, you guys got to give me something. And being a kid from where I'm from, you know, yeah, my parents had good money, decent middle class money, but still it was like I'd never seen legal money the way they were offering it. And they said, okay, we'll give you $1,000 an episode. I was like, all right, bet. I'll take that. So that year, when I finished out and did another 12 episodes, I made $12,000. Exactly. No taxes, no nothing. I ended up having to pay taxes, and you know how the fuck that gets. It's rough. Mm-hmm. You know, they take like $1,000, $1,500, $100. But what I ended up doing is I ended up paying my child support. All of it, off. So you know, as a woman, if you have kids, you know when you pay child support, the money gets paid off to what is owed to the state. Almost half of that money goes straight to your pocket.
Nope.
The mother gets a check.
That monthly check.
No, she gets one big check when you pay it off.
Yeah, one big check when you do pay it off. I say I would never. So, I don't do the child support. I don't do the court thing. We gonna handle this.
No, it's not right. I think that we could come to an agreement as parents and say, you take care of her when she's with you. I take care of her when she's with me. You work a job, so do I. Don't matter what I do. I make money, you make money. If she needs something and you can't get it, you let me know, I'll get it. But doing far out extra shit on you, I gotta give you $300-$400 on top of me already paying $200 to $300 a month for child support. Bitch, you're tripping. I'm sorry. Like, I'm paying what I'm required to pay, and you're telling me I gotta give you more?
Well, just don't call her a B word, but people are saying that you're not even... I know you just explained that you paid it with your check from Growing Up Hip Hop and paid half the state, and then she got a lump sum. But people are saying that I know Egypt said on the show she paid it once. People
helped me once. She helped me once when this is what happens when you get on child support as a man. Even when you pay it off and stuff like that. Even if you owe, like, say, I think I owe like $1,500 more, shit like that. The way it works is, if you owed anything over $1,500, even at one point, it takes 3 months to get off the list in order to get a passport.
Mm-hmm.
Egypt's cousin was going to London, or was in London going to school, and he wanted us to come and see him in London. I couldn't go to London. why I didn't have a passport. So when we tried to get a passport, I got declined because I didn't have my name off the list, and I still owed a certain balance over $1,500 or exactly $1,500. So Egypt ended up helping me, and I even paid her back with it. When I got my first check, like from the next season when I started, paid her back with it because she ended up helping me in order to make it so I can go to London. I told her, I said, babe, look, when I get the money, you go to London now, have fun with your cousin, enjoy yourself, etc., etc. Do your thing. I'll be right here when you get back, babe. Don't trip. I'm going to get my money up. I'm going to go and do, hit the studio. I'm going to do some features. I'm going to engineer some tracks. I'm going to get my money up. And then within a month or something like that, we could go together. Egypt wasn't having it. She wanted me to go to London with her. She wanted me to go out there. So she took it in her own hands, and she said, babe, I'm going to do this. And I said, well, then I'm going to pay you for it, and I'll go to London with you. And that's what ended up happening.
Okay.
So there was nothing more or less. Like, she helped me. I gave her the money back. Bottom line. But that's why people always think, oh, she helps pay your child support. Well, shit. I'm already hesitant about being married to Egypt. I am at a very, very standpoint, stand back, because I'm looking at it saying to myself, I need to make sure all my shit's right, because I want to make sure people know we are separate. I want what is it, a prenup, where, I don't get nothing from her. I don't want to be on paperwork to where whatever my problems are get soaked into her. Like, it's been taking us this long to get married because I'm trying to make sure that nothing that I have becomes a payment she has to pay just because she's with me. Like, that's not fair to a person. You feel me?
Yep.
Just because they fall in love with you, it's not fair that they got to take on your responsibilities. It's not fair that they got to take on your child. But regardless, she loves my kids. But still, that's not fair. And that's what's been taking us to get everything so set away to already be married and all that kind of shit. And I think that takes out one of the things you guys were wondering with your fan. Is Sam going to say they're already married? Nope, we're not.
Okay, so, all right. So that guess was wrong.
No, I'll hit you with it in a nutshell. You've said it already once, and I'm not going to co-sign it. Whatever your gut tells you, you're almost 100% right.
Okay, no problem. So let's get on to your friend, somebody that you used to know. So, like, I got these, yeah. I can even play the videos because I gathered all the information. But so now he's out here, he's saying that, you two had a fight. He's saying that...
This what happened. So I met the Scumbag Boys. That's what they called themselves. They called themselves the Scumbag Boys. Fine. And nowadays a lot of rappers got crazy names, but these niggas was the Scumbag Boys. When I met the Scumbag Boys, they showed up to a party at our penthouse. It's Zachary and his brother Frico. At least he called it his brother. Now all of a sudden he was never his brother.
Yep.
Whatever. Fine. That's cool. Long story short, bro took down my number the night he left, and he seen how I was moving. He's like, because the party was my party. Egypt and me was functioning, and we was showing music we was working on. It was my party. All my people. That's how we was rocking. So bro goes, and, he takes down my number, and I hear from him 2 months later. And he says, yeah, man, I'm coming out to L.A. I want to work with you, man. I'll do whatever it takes, etc. Me and my boy, blah, blah, blah. My brother, we got it, yada, yada, yada. Cool. I'm like, all right, bet, my nigga, let's do that. So a month goes by. Bro hits me up, and he's like, yo, I've been out here for a couple weeks, man. I'm living in hostels. I was like, what the fuck is a hostel? So I go on Google what a hostel is, and I'm like, oh, shit, you basically bunked up in a place that's like a nicer version of a homeless house? Like, is that what it is? You know what I'm saying? So I call bros up, and I'm like, hey, man, meet me at this address at this time. We gonna see what you guys got. So I call up my boy Donald, the one that I brought onto my lot. And Don we went to school together. He was an audio engineer. I was an audio engineer. That was what we did together. Donald ended up working at Atlantic Records. So I told Don, because Don used to call me there at midnight when there was no sessions, and he'd be like, hey, bro, we can work till the morning. Let's get in here, work, use the good equipment, etc. Let's do it, and then try to put a project together for Atlantic. I was like, all right, man, let's do it. So I call them niggas, and I tell them to meet me over here. They go, and they show up, and they find out it's Atlantic Records. And I'm like, yeah, welcome to the big leagues, guys. Let's go. We walk in there. We pumped out 4 songs in one night. I still have the tracks with all of them, and it literally, I say in the beginning of the track, I say, y'all ready for this life? I was like, let's go, man. Y'all sure y'all want this? And you'll hear Zack, we want it hard, this hard. Like, you'll hear the whole thing. It was all raw, cut material. So I go in, we make tracks. Then they start explaining to me their hostel situation. So I tell them, I say, look, bro, 2 of the people that was in my production team that was staying at the house with us, they ended up just leaving. We're moving out of here in 2.5 months because Mom's got a residency out there in fucking Vegas, you know, where we're going to find a new place to live. So I said, you guys give me $300 a month together. So that's $150 a person. I said, give me $300 a month. I was like, you guys can stay here. You guys are paying $40-50 a day to stay at a hostel. Like, you might as well just give me that and stay here, and we'll work hard. Them niggas was all for it. Respect, everything, whatever, they was with it. Shit went good for about a week, 2 weeks. Then I realized these niggas like to party. Like I said earlier, I don't like to party. I like to work. I don't like to party. So I pulled these niggas to the side at Atlantic, and I said, man, I don't know if I want to fuck with you guys. You've been asking me to manage you guys, but I don't even think I want to manage you guys, bro. I was like, you guys are about the party life. I'm not about that. I'm about the let's work hard party when we win. And that's where he said, yeah, I remember crying outside of Atlantic because this, that, and the third. Yeah, bro, because I said I didn't want to manage you guys. I still have messages of these niggas saying it. Man, please manage us. And I'd be like, man, I don't know. It's not for me, bro. Like, I don't manage people. I'm not trying to manage people like this. So what ends up happening is they start taking sessions at Atlantic with my boy Don. I trust my boy Don. Don's been rocking with me for a long time. He's from Flint. He ain't no LA nigga. He's from Flint. We cool. We Midwest. So Don starts working on him, and Don takes him on his management. Fine. But they still living at my fucking crib with Egypt. Our house. Our $6,000 a month penthouse. So they like to party. They start bringing random bitches over to our house. Keep in mind, Egypt's not, no low-class woman. She is a celebrity. Yep. Egypt has Jimmy Choos. She has expensive jewelry and necklaces and shit like that. She don't need to have to hide her shit when she comes into the house because you might bring some bitches in. Like, come on, bro. Just because you're going to bring girls home, my girl has to go and hide her stuff. So, no, Egypt ain't thinking like. So I tell them, I said, you guys can't bring girls here, man. We don't get down like that, bro. I was like, I don't need some shoes or something coming up missing. And just because you done brought 6 girls here this week, I don't know which one did it. I was like, I don't get down like that, man. I was like, you guys can't be doing that. Oh, all right, bro, we ain't going to do it. Fine. So then, next day, I go out with Egypt during the day to go get groceries. We come home. When I come home, these dudes are coming from downstairs in the fucking bathroom, and it's both of them with one white girl. And I said, bro, what was going on down there, bro? I was like, I thought I told you no women in the house. And he's like, yeah, look, bro, look what we did. He recording shit. And I said, bro, all it takes is that girl to say that somebody raped her or something, and nigga, we go down, bro. I was like, have you guys lost your fucking mind? I was like, you can't bring women in here like that, bro. Like, you can't do that. Like, we're not just average people, like, and I'm not talking like we're these big badass celebrities. I'm saying, man, like, we have a name out there. Something happens in our house, we are screwed. And if we're screwed, they're going to come and talk to you. You're going to have to deal with Pep. You're going to have to deal with Tretch. All these people. And I'm going to have to deal with them because I brought you here. So I started grilling them. And I said, yo, man, this is not how it's going to go down. So after that, they started to get the game. But then they wanted to go and start talking bad about me. And I said, bro, you can't talk bad about me because I'm telling you what it is. You're living in my crib. Me and my woman's house. I was like, we shouldn't have to worry about these type of things, bro. Like, period. And as far as I'm saying, he watched my son, that's not a fact. I don't like to go out. I never like to go out. The only person I ever
He said that you guys went to dinner, you and Egypt, and he had to stay home. That was 2 times he said he watched your son. So he said you and Egypt went to dinner, and he was stuck in the house with your son, and you guys came back and threw them scraps to eat.
No, nobody ever threw these full scraps. I'm going to break that down so smooth to you. I went out to dinner. And keep in mind, like I said, I had other people that were there that were like, that stayed with us that were like our bros. They were like brothers. They actually proved it, so they weren't like this guy. And I guarantee you that's really how it went. They was watching my son, and he was just there. He wanted to go out with us. I said, no, you were not going to go out with us, because even me, I just got this invite. We went out to dinner with Marcus Polk from Moesha,
Wow.
and we went to dinner 1 block around the corner at the Cow. If you know Hollywood, like, you can Google it. The
Yes.
Cow from 1600 Vine, it's literally like a 6-minute walk. Like, that's how close it is. Like, I know I can get back to my son if there was an issue, that fast type situation. And I didn't leave him with him because that nigga was a fucking dummy. You seen how he acted on his live. Bro punched himself in the face and busted him. Did you not see that?
He cut. I'm telling you, some of the videos went down because I only got 6. Some of them went down. And also, he said that you are mentally abusive.
Mentally abusive, because this is what I used to tell these fools. If you don't like your situation where you're living with me, do something about it. If you're uncomfortable with taking care of my rules and doing what I'm telling you to do, because half the rules that I made came from Egypt.
Okay.
Egypt would tell me, this is what's going down, Sam. Let them know this. And I would be like, baby, you know I'm going to look like the bad guy here. She's like, that's fine. You go let them know this is what it is. And I would go and tell them. I didn't go and say, Egypt said. Like, I ain't no bitch. Like, come on, bro. I'm going to go up and tell you, yo, man, this is what it is. Egypt set the rules. I displayed and let it know. That's the queen of the house. That's how it's supposed to be. If she says something, it goes. There's no questions. I can't even question it. Can't override it. Nothing. Why? Because that's the queen of the fucking house. Plain and simple. These niggas didn't like the fucking rules. So we ended up one point where things had gotten so bad because I ended up all these times like he would start talking shit to me in my own house. And I say to him, bro, I was like, bro, look at me, man. I'll be real with you. I was like, I don't know how you grew up. I don't know how you roll. But you don't scream at a nigga in his own house. Period. Like, you get your jaw broke for shit like that because that's just how it is. That's disrespect. I'm taking care of you, nigga. It's not how it works. So he would scream at me, and all of my boys, including Don, all of them, they used to hold me back from hitting this fool. And he would be sitting there, tears going down his face, cringing his teeth, acting crazy like you've seen him on his live, acting ignorant, crying, getting crazy, and I tell him, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna fuck you up, man. It's like, I think if I punched you, you might get it. It might make sense to you. Bro never got it, because I never got to punch him out, never did anything to him. I always let him just pass, let him stay. But I ended up, finally, I was like, Egypt, me talk to you. Like, yo, they can't stay here no more. And I was like, I agree. It's too hectic. There's no peace here. Every time I'm like sleep, I got to worry about these dudes in the studio upstairs, because we had an in-house studio, blasting music at 4 in the morning. I was like, bro, I can't do this no more. I started locking my computer because these guys literally would try and make music at 4 in the morning. I'd be like, bruh, just because y'all go to the club, act the fool, come back, bring girls, then you guys think, oh yeah, we gonna get in the stew at the house. Like, they were going around in Hollywood telling people, yo, we live in a penthouse. Yeah, what's up? Y'all want to come back to the crib? Yeah, man, I'm on the Peppers camp. I don't even say that.
Wow.
I'm about to be her son-in-law. I don't even say that. They were getting into clubs off of me and Egypt's name. And the only reason me and Egypt weren't even really going to clubs because Egypt wasn't even 21 yet. But they were going in and getting in clubs talking about, yeah, we with Pepper and Tresha's order. Yeah, man, that's sis right there. That's our sis. Getting in bottle service and all kinds of shit. I walk in the club, people be like, yeah, man, what's up, bro? Like, your people came here last time. We ain't really trying to have you here. I be like, wait, what? I was like, bro, I don't got no people. What are you talking about? And he's like, the scumbags. Now, are you kidding me?
Wow.
Like, shit like that would happen. So you just said, yo, they got to go. So when they tried to go, I called them, and they were at the studio in Atlantic. I said, yo, you guys, I'm saying this nicely. I'd like for y'all to come, get your stuff, you know, and figure out your situation, man, because Egypt talks, she can't do it no more, I can't do it no more. I'm getting in trouble because I'm trying to just not push people out in the streets because I know what it's like. But at the same time, y'all ain't giving me any necessary choice. So bros literally jumped straight up to, man, don't touch my fucking stuff, nigga. What you gonna do, nigga? If you touch my stuff, nigga, I'll fucking kill you. All this kind of shit. So what I do, I call up one of my partners who is legally righteous to carry in the state of fucking California. And I say, hey, bruh, come over here. Make sure you get, these niggas get their stuff. They said they was going to kill me. Make sure that they don't. And just, let's get them out the house. They don't need to be here if this is how they're going to be. So I put their stuff outside. They went to come. and the conversation was had. He want to apologize now because he's seen that there's a person who legally can carry an officer in the room, and he gets pissed off about it. After that shit, them niggas went, and I even let them back in after that, and I said, bro, you guys got like fucking 10 days, man, to figure it out. I'm not going to push you out. You got 10 days. I let them come back in the house, Mary. Tell me that's not crazy, right?
Oh yeah, like they're in a penthouse. Was it the residency in Vegas?
No, this was in L.A. $6,000 penthouse, $1,600 fine.
I would have been on my best behavior. But what about how my best behavior all day, every day? He said that you had blackballed Egypt from opportunities with record labels because you came in there and said that you was her manager, and it was on, and he kept saying that, you know, weirdo shit.
Nah, what ended up happening with Atlantic Records was there's what's called Atlantic Muse Studios. Atlantic Muse Studios, they knew me because I was with Dawn, and they had been scoping a little bit of my music here and there, and then they heard a few tracks with Egypt. They were interested in working with both Egypt and I. They're not as a pair, nothing like that, like we were our own entities or our own fucking things. The problem that they said was they didn't want to work with me because I had so much going on growing up hip-hop that they didn't know if they were able to damage control the character that was being slaughtered, myself. So they did not want to work with me.
Wow.
Then they turned around and they said, Egypt only has a few tracks. She's great. We love to work with her, but we just feel wrong trying to pull her in, and she's on the same show with you. Like, it just seems like an a-hole move to take either of you guys because of it. I said, if they want Egypt, take Egypt. I don't care. That's the main goal. I came in here trying to help with her music from the get-go. But nothing like that. Niggas never look and said, oh, Sam's manager. You'll hear Pep say, Pep is momager. She runs shit. Anything that happens with me when it comes to me helping manage anything, Pep tells me what to do, and I do it. Okay. If I don't know what to do, I call Mom. I say, hey, Mom, I don't know what the fuck these motherfuckers is talking about, but they said this. She'll be like, let me get a lawyer. I'll have him go over it. We got this. Feel me? Or let me call my manager, Jimmy, and I'm going to have him look over whatever they're sending you. That's how it works.
Okay.
Okay. Bro was just a sore loser. He was literally a sore loser about shit.
He also said
that I was mad about shit. Go ahead.
He also said that you used him to go beat up Pep's ex-boyfriend that was on the season because he burglarized Pep's house. And you used him to do that.
Is so full of shit. This is what really happened, Mary Jane. So I'm out there, and in this moment of time, I'm still in a transfer between being a gangster and being on a TV show. I'm walking the streets. People know me in the streets out there just for that little area we stayed in. I made noise with my squad. Not those niggas, but my other niggas. The ones that really rock for me still to this day. My niggas from Flint, Boston, etc. We made noise out there. We're known for what... Yeah, I got boys in Boston right now. My boys 808 Savage, T-Money, signed to NRG. And my boy J Noble, who's out there right now. Both of them, they're 808 Savage. They fire. But long story short, I made noise. I put out a pretty much a beefy head and said, hey, if anybody sees this cat, you call me. Let me know, because I want to talk to him. Because he had said something that I ain't going to speak on between Pep and them about me. And I was going to check him for it. Period. You're not going to speak on my name and then just get away with it. So I'm out the street. The scumbag boys call me and they say, hey, yo, what's that nigga look like again? I said, bruh, this what he look like. Send him a picture. They said, nigga, this nigga here right now. I said, where, bro? He said, nigga, we sitting over here like 5 minutes up the street. He ain't in here on a date. And this is when Pep and him were first going through, like, they were first breaking up. So, already, you know what I'm feeling as a son. I'm like, okay, this nigga already got another bitch. This is what he's moving. Cool. I said, yo, hold him there. I'm on my way. So my niggas went and ripped him, because at the time, they were my boys. They went and pulled him out of his seat and pulled him outside and said, yo, what's the deal? Sam's on his way. I showed up and checked him myself that day. And I made it very clear to him. And you could call and ask him that They pulled him out the seat. He came. I showed up. And I said, yo, what's this situation? I heard this, and this. Break it down for me. He broke down the situation. We had a nice, logical talk about it. And it ended with, I ain't saying nothing about you. You ain't saying nothing about me. That's what it is. Period.
Okay.
There's no anybody had to fight for me. Like I said, I'm a second instinct fighter. Fighting is in my nature. That is legit in my nature.
Okay, yep, because that's one of the things he said. And then he also said you took one of his Supreme jackets.
I don't even wear Supreme. This nigga literally, this is what happened. When I told them guys to come and get their shit, they didn't come and get their shit. So when they finally ended up leaving the house, they left a bunch of their stuff downstairs in the room they were staying in. That night, I had literally just went through a situation because my son, his older cousin, may he rest in peace, he had got a dose with peanut butter at school, and he was highly allergic and it killed him out in Torrance.
Sorry to hear that.
Literally got the phone call earlier that day. Security see me and said, yo, the scumbag boys are causing problems in here. You need to tell your people to leave. I said, bruh, they don't live here with me no more. He said, well, we got to see you tell them this shit and let them know, like, hey, bro, this is what it is. So what did I do? I said, yo, call me if you see them. They called me right after I got the phone call about my nephew's cousin dying. I was on the way to pick up my son. I was about to go get in the car, and they called me. So what I do, I said, what apartment are you guys at? He said, we're down here. I just got to a complaint from some lady because the scumbag boys just walked in their house trying to holler at her. So like they was walking into random girls' houses. Like, what up, girl? We just seen you walking out. What's up? Can you got a charge I could borrow? Shit like that. Like that right there, that's breaking and entering, regardless of what a nigga thinks. That's still breaking and entering, bro. The girl invites you in, like people were calling the cops with these niggas. And I said, okay, bet. So I walked down to the apartment they were at, and I had 4 security guards sitting right behind me. I go and I knock on the door. When the door opens, the dude is sitting there, and it's fucking Zack. And he's got another dude sitting right in front of him, and I look at him, and I'm like, what's up, nigga? And he was like, nigga, you a bitch. And I said, oh, I'm a bitch? And I kicked the door. Right when I kicked the door, there was a dude, which was Zilla, the other nigga that you were seeing. He was standing on the right side behind the wall waiting for me. Then there was a dude around the corner by the elevator waiting for me. Right when I kicked the door, Zilla grabbed me. Then the other dude behind me grabbed me. And then Zack started trying to punch me in my face. I dipped on 2 of his punches. Then they pulled my shirt over my head, punched me. I pulled my shirt back over my head. They punched me again. And then they slammed the door and locked me out. But they locked me out with one of their guys. And I stomped a mud hole in his fucking ass. I literally beat him till he was on the ground. There was footage and everything about this shit. Right when I hit him, I told bro, I said, come outside. You hit me twice, bro. I'm from that shit. Let's go. I was like, I want all y'all. Not no special attacks, niggas running up. I was like, come out here. I'll fight all y'all right now by myself. They didn't want to come out the door. So then security said, hey, Sam, the cops are already on the way. You need to go. We already know what the situation is. We want you to get out of here because we know you didn't have nothing to do with this. So what happens? I leave. I go pick up my son and I come back. By the time I come back, security already got them with the cops. Cops got them all hemmed up, kicking them out of apartments because they're not supposed to be there. So they got kicked out of those apartments. So I called and I hit up one of the brothers, the one Frico that they said, oh, ain't my brother no more.
Okay,
I hit up Frico on his Instagram. Frico had let Zack have his phone. So I said, yo, man, I ain't one for throwing people's property out. You look like you got a lot of treasures and not trash here. I was like, if you guys want this stuff, I'll put it at the front desk and you guys can come and get this shit. I was like, I'm not going to throw your shit out. Zack got exactly how he got when he was on that fucking line. Got crazy. Nigga, fuck you, we don't need that shit, nigga. I don't care about that, man. Fuck you a bitch. I was like, all right, bro.
So you saying
it gets thrown out.
Even though they jumped you, you still was going to give him back his property?
Yeah, I've been in the streets. Like, that's the worst part is going out and having to start over, especially if you don't got shit already. Like, who wants to be in the streets with no clothes? I remember being in the street wearing the same clothes for weeks. going and having to wash the same outfit in one day every couple of days. Like, that shit's not fucking fun. It don't feel right. You feel itchy. Like, that shit is not something you want to do.
Nope,
so
not at
I'm
all.
still gonna give them their shit back. Like, I don't play that faulty. Like, I don't give a fuck. You jump me. You come get your shit. And then I told him, I said, take the time and place. I showed we could really square up, bro. That's why I told him, I said, nigga, I've been waiting for you, bro. You want me? Come get me. I'm with it. I'm always that bullshit. Like, now I'm learning I can't be, because why? I got a wife that I'm about to have and stuff, so I can't bring that type of bullshit around. But they know it. They know I'm with it. But that's what ended up happening. So when we all parted our ways, them niggas left and disappeared. Hadn't heard from them ever again after that. Today, when I woke up this morning, that was the first time I heard from them niggas in 2 years.
Wow, 2 years. I know. I went to your Instagram, and I was reading this comment. I was like, Sam is letting his comment stay on his Instagram? Oh, shit. So,
yeah.
I cut everything out, and I was going to go live and then just record what this dude said, and it was on your live or whatever. And then I turned the corner, and the shit was gone. I was like, Sam must have been busy or something. Why the hell he let this comment stick on me? Because, they was talking, mad stuff. But one question I do want to ask you, I'm not sure if he said this, Zack, but it almost seemed like he insinuated that he was writing music for you. So did he write for you?
Oh, never that. I'll tell you, the one person who ever had any help with my penmanship, other than my own father, there was a song. There's one of my famous songs called Darkest Truth.
Okay, yep.
Darkest Truth, I originally went into Darkest Truth, and it was me and Bambi Zilla. It was Zilla. Me and Zilla did the song, and there's even a video on YouTube and on Growing Up Hip Hop season, what is it? I want to say it's season 4B. You'll see a performance that we did for Boogie's event. We did a performance for Boogie's event, and Master P and me and Egypt performed, all that kind of shit in season 4. Bambi performed with me, Zilla. He performed with me. So when we wrote the song, we wrote it so Bambi could get on, because I wanted people to hear his voice, because I fucked with him. Bambi ended up choking on stage. I have a video of it I can send over. Real shit. He choked on stage, which is fine. Some people do. I told him, I said, don't drink too much, man. You might get nervous. Master P, everybody here. Like, nigga, you know, keep it. He choked on stage. Fine. But people at E1 heard the song. And Jennifer, which was one of the leads of the show, she said, Sam, that was a really great song. Would you be thinking of doing it all by yourself? And I said, yeah. And I went up to Zilla. I said, Zilla, I'm going to put writer's credits and everything. You could still see his writer credits in my title. I put writer's credits. And I said, Zilla, should I just sing your little 8 bars, man? Because at this point, I was like, what you want to do? And I was like, I'm with you. Whatever you want to do. I don't let people write for me. Okay. Period. I was like, but if you say sing this, I'll sing. He's like, bruh, let's do it for the squad. And I said, all right, bet. And I took him with me to the studio and sang it, and he helped me figure out how to sing it. And I even left his backing vocals on the chorus. That way he kept his credit. Like on some real nigga shit. But ain't no Zack never wrote for me. I ain't never wrote for no scumbag boy, and he ain't never wrote for me.
Okay. No, that's...
Trust, he want everybody to... You didn't see what he said. He wrote the song Money for Cardi B. Come on now. Well, that nigga said that on his live. He said, I wrote fucking Money by Cardi B. I got paperwork and everything.
He said he wrote for a lot of people, and he said females stole his music, and he also said that he used to be at Atlantic, with...
No, he was never signed to Atlantic or anything like that. Zack was sitting in a position where them niggas, like, don't get it twisted. I'm not no funny cat. Them niggas have some catchy fucking music that could have did something. I used to look at Zack and tell him, I was like, nigga, you could be the Pac of your time, my nigga, if you get your attitude together, my nigga. Like, real shit. You got something. I was like, but you can't be out here wilding, doing stuff with girls, everything. Like, literally, the day that I found him with the white girl, he was bragging about it. He was like, yeah, bro, we was spitting on her and everything. I was like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you, nigga? I was like, you think that shit's fucking cool? I was like, you in here teaming on girls and spitting on them? Like, what the fuck is your issue, nigga? And this nigga goes on, oh, nigga, she told us to. I was like, nigga, I don't give a fuck, bro. He's like, don't do that shit here, man. And don't do this shit, period. I was like, that's somebody's daughter you spitting on, nigga. Like, trust. Their name, Zack, Scumbag Boys, they scum niggas. Trust. Them niggas degrade women. And they think that shit's cool. That's why I don't fuck with them. I don't degrade women. I really don't. Yeah, I say bitches sometimes because it's just been a part of my vocabulary for so long and I'm learning to change it up. But me saying bitch is not no disrespect. It's just like when women call us niggas. Oh, that nigga right there. Like, it's something that's been accustomed to us that is, of course, needs to change. But these niggas legit, they don't have no respect for women. Zilla, yeah, he used to be in love with TeeTee on the show. Tried hard to get with TeeTee and like actually really was in love with her. But TeeTee didn't want to talk to Zilla because Zilla didn't have money.
Wow. So
it's been rough.
2 years ago. So all this went down so long ago, and why today?
Because Zack seen some shit on. I don't know what he seen. He wanted to go in and try to be. I don't know if he's trying to be the first person to say something before the show say something. Whatever he's trying to do, the nigga isn't doing nothing with himself, and that's his own fault. Had he stuck over and stuck with me, I guarantee you I would have took him all the way up there because I believed in the scums. I didn't like what the shit that he did, but I believe that they have music that can work today's music. I don't live for today's music. I live for the 90s and everything like that. The 90s is where you're fine. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But them niggas, different ballgame. I really felt that they had the juice to do something. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like at this point, my name's been blaring a lot. Like, it's just true hate. That's all it is. Nigga thinks that, oh, Sam's jealous of him. Well, where are you, bro, and where am I? You know what I'm saying? That's the real shit.
He said that you are jealous, and he also said that you are such a clout chaser that, you know, you only worried about your own legacy, that you're really not going to let Egypt shine and be the true star that she is.
If you guys want to know why Egypt don't shine, I'll tell you right now. I can set you up an interview tomorrow. That's how I feel about Egypt. Egypt is an amazing artist.
She is.
But what people don't know, and this is something that I'm glad I get to be the one to expose. When I first met Egypt, 2 months into our relationship and working in the studio, Egypt got vocal nodules. She almost had to have surgery on her vocal cords. That's why she stopped singing. That's why the storyline shifted, because Egypt couldn't sing for almost a year and a half.
Wow.
Because she had vocal nodules, and Egypt didn't want her to do the surgery, and Pep didn't want her to do the surgery, because sometimes you don't come back from it.
Yes, very true.
Sometimes the surgery works, sometimes it doesn't. So her vocal cords were so severely damaged, she literally, because I'll tell you how it works. So imagine having 2 lines straight down, right? That's how your vocal cords are in the inside of your throat. If you would have looked at Egypt's vocal cords, you'll see, we have pictures of them. Egypt had like big ass knots on her vocal cords from straining her vocals. She literally could have lost her voice completely. So we had to take it. She went and did voice treatment, all that kind of shit. Egypt did that, and when she finally is now healing, and that's why you're hearing her on more tracks, and she's doing her shit, hearing her do tracks with me. Egypt can't go in the studio and bust out a full song right now.
Okay.
It'll strain her vocal cords.
Because
she's trying to piece by piece them.
Wow. Because that's what like I haven't seen music from Egypt since 2018 on Spotify, and that's what everybody's saying, is Sam is focusing on his career, and we don't hear any music from Egypt. So now we understand. Sorry to hear that.
She had horrible nodules. Like, I literally told her, and you'll see we just did an interview with, what was it, People Magazine. We did a live interview with them. You'll hear in that interview, I told her, I was like, Egypt, your vocal cords are fucked right now, but you know what? Now let's rap. I'm going to teach you how to rap. So Egypt started rapping now. Egypt right now, we're here right now. We're right here in New York right now. Egypt ain't here. You know where she's at?
Training.
No. Egypt's in the studio with Trey writing a rap track.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And you want to know how many Egypt has with her dad already?
How many?
3.
Wow.
3.
That's going to be beautiful. That's going to be beautiful.
People don't even know what's coming. But that's what she's been doing. Egypt has now had to teach herself how to rap, rhyme, and intertwine and work with what everybody thought she would do, because she's Treasure Peppa's daughter. They thought she was going to be a rapper, but the girl loves to sing.
She can sing.
Now she's had to teach herself how to rap. And on top of that, another thing people don't know is Egypt's main focus was never singing.
Acting.
That's not what she wanted to do. She wants to be an actor.
Yes.
She's a hell of an actor.
She is.
Like, if y'all see this girl, she annoys the shit out of you. Babe, let's do a scenario. I'm like, Egypt, what the fuck do I want to be the pizza man for? Come on now. What do you mean my name is Brett? Who the fuck is that? That's Egypt. Egypt is dedicated to her shit. Completely dedicated.
Yeah, because we mentioned it, last week. It was like, we know Egypt likes to act, so, and I think she can act. I think she could do anything that she wants to do. And, people are just very concerned about Egypt because they really admire Egypt. And, she's Pep, she trusts his daughter, and people just like her energy. And I always say, like, she's like a beautiful flower, as far as she hasn't been abused, she hasn't been mistreated, dogged out, where like she gives up on love, and where like she's a hateful person or somebody with a nasty attitude. Like, she is such, she hasn't been scorned by life yet. And then we see Sam come into the door. We're like, hold up, Sam, what are you about to do? So that's what people are worried about with Egypt. And most of us don't even know Egypt, but we can sense her spirit and her soul. And that's why people...
She is a light. She is a beacon of light. Trust, she has guided me out of a very dark world, and that's another thing that people don't really understand. Trust and believe. Egypt has another side to her. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't play bullshit. People don't realize, like, yeah, she's a flower, but she's a flower with fucking sharp teeth. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. People think that maybe she is naive too as well. And since she haven't had the experience, since she hasn't had the experience, and you being older and experienced and enduring so much in your life, that people are concerned that you are controlling her, that you can control her because you know more than her, you're more wiser than her, you have more experience, and then you can train her and mold her into what you want her to be. And so people were really concerned, like, okay, we don't see her music, she's not acting, and now we see Sam, and then everybody's concerned about that. And that's basically it with the situation.
Well, that's another tough thing, though, for people to say, oh, we don't see her acting, but people don't realize people film movies and they come out almost a year later. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Egypt's already featured in 2 movies this year, including the Salt and Pepper movie.
Yep, I seen her in the Salt and Pepper movie. Like, I didn't see the movie yet, but I seen her in there.
Yeah, she was doing her shit. People don't know. That's the thing is, me and Eazy, we're on a very firm mindset of saying, we move in silence.
Yep.
What we do is what we do. You won't see what's happening until it's happening. Like me being out here in New York. Y'all think I would have quit the show if I didn't have something else? Like, think about that. You think I'm just going to quit making a great amount of money just to make no money just because I'm being betrayed? Nah. I'm out here in New York for a reason. I'm doing a whole lot out here.
And that's
when
good.
I leave here, I leave from here to the UK. Why would I be going to the UK? Well, that's the question. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot more that people know about us. We don't go and have to tell you what we're doing. We're very humble individuals with our shit.
I know you guys are very secretive too as well with your pictures and everything. I'm like, damn, you guys don't post much shit.
Nope, we try to keep it online. Like I tell Egypt all the time, I'm like, Egypt, if you gonna post pictures of us, I ain't posting pictures of us. If I'm gonna post pictures of us, you can't. We want to move together. We want to keep people, guessing and thinking this, that, and the third. Like, it's nobody's business, but of course it is everybody's business.
Oh, well, once it's on TV and, it's a big thing because now, there's a narrative. But I do notice that you guys do post together too as well. And once she posts, you post, she posts, you post. And it's basically you guys are in sync with posting. I did notice that. And, so that's pretty good. I'm glad that you reached out and you was very open and you talked about the situation with Egypt because that's everybody's concern too as well. And I don't think a lot of people got a chance to get to know you because we didn't get a background from you. We didn't get your mom, and I know she wants to stay away from the internet world, TV and shit like that. But then we finally get your father on, and then so it would have been a lot better if, we could have got him on. We never got a backstory from you. You was just like somebody just came in. And that was the problem. So it already automatically just seemed like, okay, who is this guy coming in? He has, you know, all different color hair. He's wearing nail polish. What's going on with this situation? Like, nobody knew, because nobody knew who you were, but I knew that you had some type of connects, because I'm never gonna forget when you I think I'm right, you brought who was it, DJ Quick's son on the show, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe
David, man, he's good people.
I said he brought him on the show. I was like, yo, that is real right there. Like, when I did my reviews, I was like, yo, that's DJ Quick's son. Like, that is, you know, that's real hip hop, and that's music together with generation. So I didn't listen to your music then, but, you know, just to be in the studio and be around that, it shows a dedication. And I always said in my videos that I believe that y'all love the music will bring anybody together. Music is healing. Music is everything.
Well, a lot of that, and it's just like, you know, what's crazy is a lot of people, they don't read between the lines. Like, people don't know who anybody is, and I'll drop a bomb on you that we're worried about, figuring I'm going to see if you crack it. Do you know what Eazy-E's real name is?
I did, but I don't know right offhand. I did, but I don't know right now.
Girl, Google it real quick and tell me what it is.
I could have sworn his real name was Eric White.
Yeah, and what's my name, though?
Your name is, it's not Sam. I had it earlier.
Samuel Wright.
Yeah, Samuel White. Yeah, Samuel Wright. And only reason why I know that is because your father hit me up on YouTube. And then I went to his page and I saw his videos or whatever. But I never did get a response back to him because he came on the chat. He was like, "Who are you?"
So did you hear what you just said, though? Did you catch it? His name is Eric Wright. My name is Sam Wright.
Yes.
Our family is from the same place. Our family shares a funeral. Or not a funeral, a cemetery. And only the people who are related could be in that cemetery.
Okay.
So, there's a very strong relation between Eazy's family and me.
Okay.
We all have some kind of relation, if not through music, through more. And that's one thing me and Eazy to talk. I'm like, we gonna have to get a blood test, bro. Because you said your family's buried here and my family's buried there. There's only one of those to be buried there. We share the right cemetery out in Louisiana. That's where all our family is buried together. So it's a long generation that people are gonna. You'll see. We're all intertwined. I'm not just some 100% nobody. Like, I got a little bit going. Like, you know, give me a little credit. You know
no, but they didn't tell us nothing about that. You know, about you. Nothing about you. And
you want to know about me, girl? I'll tell you. I'll give my dad your number, and I'll have to call you tomorrow. I guarantee you that man won't stop talking to you. He won't stop because he's hurt by the show. He's hurt. He hates what happened. He wants to go on and tell everybody the real of the whole conversation. Because that was a 3-hour conversation. And you seen it got chopped down into less than, 13 minutes?
Yeah. It was less than 13 minutes. And a lot of people did say in my comments that your father was hurt because they saw him on the We TV on YouTube, you know, going in with the comments and trying to correct people. And the same thing when he came to my channel too as well. Like, basically you could tell that he was upset. And I tried to reach back to him on YouTube, but you know, it didn't pan out. And no,
don't worry. I'm gonna talk to him and watch. He'll reach out to you because I already told him. Like, I was on the phone with him and we were watching the video that you just posted. I said, "Look, Mary Jane already done posted it." And I went and I was watching, and then I seen the number pop up, and I started dialing the number because I got 2 phones and my dad was on one of them, and I was watching on the other one. And I was sitting there and I started dialing, and I literally pressed go on your number while I was on the phone with him and hung up with him. He called me like 4 times since I've been on the phone with you.
Wow.
Trust, I seen that number and I was like, this is a sign from God. I should just call this girl.
Yeah, you did. I'm up too because I haven't been feeling well, so I've been sleeping a little bit longer. So like I'm up. And it's just
sounds like it was written in the stars. Huh?
Yeah, it was. And my phone, I looked at my phone because I turned my phone off because I was about to record the video of, you know, the other stuff. So And I looked at my phone. I was like, I've never seen this area code before. And I was like, this got to be somebody. I said to myself, this got to be somebody important calling me at this time. And I don't know this area code. Either it's somebody from Peep Squad or it's somebody. I didn't know who it was, but it was you. You reached out. And I do appreciate that you reaching out and basically and not taking any offense or anything towards my videos that I do or anything like that. I just go by from what I see, and then we discuss it on YouTube. But it's good to know that you do have a relationship with Pep, you have a relationship with Tretch and Egypt as well. And then on top of that, you know, you don't do drugs. She doesn't do drugs, because that's a lot of people concerns and stuff like that. And then you explain the situation with, you know, going out. Yes, she's 21. Of course she wants to go out. Okay, there's another question everybody is concerned about, but you already kind of answered that question. And as far as how are you going to be taking care of her? But you're saying you quit the show and you're in New York doing some things. And then you're going to be going to other places too as well, because they was like, why would he propose to her if he can't take care of her? And the other thing is, people are really up in arms about the ring. I've never been up in arms about the ring being from the pawn shop or anything. I was like that.
Oh, you the man. That was not me. That was not fucking me, yo. That was not me. I swear to you, that was not fucking me. Trust me. That's all I could say. And the way that you hear me saying it's not me, you know it wasn't fucking not me. I can't say too much, but I promise you, I swear on everything, that was not fucking me.
Only thing I know is Egypt did an interview with the Breakfast Club, and I could have sworn in that interview she said that you know, she didn't really get a ring from the pawn shop. But everybody else corrected me. So I could have sworn I heard her say that. But everybody in the video corrected me. Like, she said she got it from the pawn shop. It's from the pawn shop. And my only thing with the pawn shop thing is, it doesn't matter if you go to a pawn shop and buy her a ring or anything like that. But it's just the energy when you give people used shit, the energy it comes with, you can't clean it enough unless you can spiritual clean the ring, you know, with whatever.
Cleanse the fuck out of it.
Yeah, you carrying somebody else's baggage on your hand.
I legit, like, the day that I had 4 jewelry ships that literally they were on, and I was on an interview with Boss Up, and I got fucking checked hard by WeTV, like, in the middle of the interview, because I was sitting there and I was like, look, I was like, that shit's not me. I'm silencing this shit right now. I had 4 jewelry ships that literally were going to go, and they were willing to film for the show, and they were going to work with me and get a nice dope ring, everything. I sent it to the show. Show was like, yo, that's what it is. We're going to go and find a spot. Shit you not, 10 minutes before we show up to the spot, I'm like, yo, did one of those places work out? She said, yeah, they're good. We show up to a fucking pawn shop, and I'm like, why are we here? What are we doing here? Everybody, even Tyran, all of us, we're like, why are we here? And then them motherfuckers were like, oh, this is where you're going to get your ring. All right, cameras on, let's go. And I was like, wait, what? And then I had to work with what was there. Trust.
Okay.
No, that was not me at all. Sorry to say. Not saying.
Yep, you know, we would have been all right if Egypt would have brought the ring. You know, people, and that's the biggest thing. He can't even afford a ring. $900, you know, and that was a big thing.
That's not how much I paid either. Yeah, it's fucked up, right? It's fucked up, ain't it?
It's a mess. You hear everybody talk about the editing and stuff like that, but, you know, once you're watching the show, and if they can edit really good, you know, it makes it seem like it's very real, too, as well.
Oh, yeah, trust. They made Egypt in season 4 say, I'm pregnant, and they had her say, I'm not pregnant 5-6 times. That way they can get the right bite to make it say, I'm pregnant.
Wow. And
she
what about?
Pregnant, by the way, either.
I don't know. I don't think she is, from what I could see. I know who is pregnant. That's TeeTee.
Yes, she is. Not married. Been with the man barely a year. Yeah, she pregnant.
Some people are congratulations towards that, and some people just said the same thing about not being married.
It's like you can't talk about people, and then it happened to you, and then it's like it's all good. But, you know, I ain't got no hard feelings. I hope everything go well.
That's good. That that's all you can do is hope for things to go well, and also that that everybody that you two can get along or be cool, be cordial, and stuff like that because you are coming into the family, so you're gonna be around each other too as well. And it's not easy, but it is what it is.
Oh,
As
it's
you get,
not, but it's family. That's another reason I wanted to quit, because I was like, I'd rather get along with people for the rest of my life than sit here and be bullshit on the show and then try to have to recover and do damage recovery on the family and stuff. Like, no, I was like, fuck this. I'd rather just, us be able to get along and things go well.
and how does Egypt get along with the two children? And how does she feel about your the children that?
She's wonderful. Egypt is wonderful. She takes more pictures with them than I do. Like, they sit and her and my son, they snapping shit together, and they're all love. Like, honestly, sometimes I feel like the third wheel. My son swears up and down it's his girlfriend. And I tell him, like, this is daddy's girlfriend, and this my fiance. This could be your mother-in-law's son, or mother, stepmother, whatever you call it. You get it right. But, my son loves her to death. My daughter, the time that she did get spent with her, they bonded and stuff. Like, Egypt bonded even better than me with my daughter, I don't understand my daughter yet. Me and her, she's literally a spit image of who I was mentally back then. So my daughter don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with her. Does that make sense? Like, we'll be in the same room and I'll be like, you good? She'll be like, yeah, I'm good. And she'll go do her own thing, and I'll be like, all right, I'm going to do my own thing. Like, we're not pressing to be around each other, and that's how I am. Like, I'm a person that's like that. If you ain't pressing to be around me, I ain't gonna press to be with, be around you. Like, I want natural love, natural good things, not none of this fake shit. I do a fake shit 24 hours.
That's true. And the biggest question is, this is what mothers and fathers ask, anyone that want to come into their child's life. What is your intentions for Egypt?
Honestly, my intentions are just to love her regardless of all the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? I want to see her just be her. I don't want to see her try to live up to, live in her parents' shoes and shadows and stuff. I want to see Egypt go out and just get the most of the world. Mm-hmm. I want her to go out and live. And that's one thing a lot of people, they don't understand is, in order to be able to be fully in love and married with somebody, you gotta have been out and seen the world and got something from it that says, man, I know what love looks like. So for her, and even in this time, like, we're setting our date for May 7th, 2021. I told her, I was like, girl, I want you to just go live. Do what you do. Get in the studio, get your reps in, travel. We'll go to Canada, you go to do movies, do your shit. That way, when we get married, you could say, hey, I really went out there and did my shit.
Okay.
I want to see her get the world and more. And that's even if I'm with her or not with her, I would always want that for her. Like, I got a face tattooed on my arm. People are like, yo, man, what happens if you split up? I'm going to be like this shit. She always going to be with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she will always be my best friend, my lover, everything, no matter what. So I want her to get the best out of the world. That's my intention. Do whatever it takes to give her the best in the world to be able to see the best.
That's good. And another question is, I don't know if you said this, I could have this wrong, but it was one episode of this season where I don't know if you said that you wanted Egypt to stay home, just stay home, and then you go take care of business. So,
when it comes to touring and doing my shit, yeah, I made it very clear that I would love for each, I talked about, I put it like this is how, not even naive, but like how humble I am about who she is. I talk about Egypt just like I would talk about anyways. I would love to go on tour, do my thing. If you ain't on tour with me, come home to you. I'd love to be able to come home to my wife there. That's just, a man speaking open, but my ideal would be like, yeah, I went on tour, you were on tour over here, and then you got home before me, and I showed up, and I come home to my wife.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see you, at home. Egypt is very big on wanting to just relax. So for people who don't know her, people say, oh, she wants a tour of the world. Like, yeah, Egypt wants a tour of the world, but Egypt just want to chill for the most part. She want to work hard and chill at the same time. That's what's so wonderful about her. There's no gray area.
Okay. Because that was a question, because people was like, oh my goodness, he wants her barefoot and pregnant in the house, and he doesn't want her to do anything.
No.
Okay.
Never that. I would love to. Do you know how hard it is? Like, most men, they go in there like, damn, I don't want my girl to make more than me, or I don't want my girl to be, grinding like I'm grinding. I can't trust that she's out on tour not fucking nigga. No, I'm not like that.
Okay.
I'm like, girl, let's go do a tour together. If we can't do a tour together, let's do it at the same time. That we're not thinking about each other, and we're just working, and then let's grind. Like, I told you just straight up, I was like, people were like, oh, Sam's gonna get her pregnant. I was like, bruh, if y'all only knew in the last almost 3 years I've been with this girl, I've suggested 4 to 5 different birth controls. I've been the one to do the research on what's most effective. I've been the one to say, hey, baby, go schedule this. We need this. Like, that's me.
Okay.
I don't want no kids right now. Like, I got kids right now. I don't want kids right now.
But in the future, you want kids with each other.
Yeah, futuristically, I'd love to have kids, but
Okay.
I want her to see the world.
And experience life.
Do her thing. Yeah, like,
Okay.
you never want to be with somebody and have them look back and say, damn, I had kids with you, so my life never cracked off.
That's the worst feeling ever, is regret.
That's the worst feeling.
Oof.
I told Egypt straight up, I was like, girl, I want you, when you have kids, I said, babe, you got 30 days. She's like, what do you mean I got 30 days? I said, you got 30 days to love it, get in shape, and then get the fuck back on the road, and I'm going to be a stay-at-home dad. I was like, I'll be there. I'll go and knock out hella tumors, stack up my bread, but when you have a kid, daddy's staying home with the babies. That's just how it is. I want you to be able to snap right back into your emotion and go right back to doing what you love to do. There's no reason, because you get women who go and they have kids, and then they slow down 100%. They get consumed by the fact that this is my baby, I got to nurture her, and this, that, and the third. Me, I'm like, nah, rip the Band-Aid off. I done had 2 kids, I know how to do this. Boom. You go, have this moment, 30 days, breastfeed, whatever, pre-pump, get it to where we can use formula, etc. Bam, rip the Band-Aid off, go back to work, I'm here. I got this. Baby, me gonna FaceTime you while you doing your thing, and then after you do a little tour or a movie, whatever you gotta do, you come home for a month, I'll go out and do some shit for a month. You know what I'm saying? It's reciprocation. People forget that. You gotta reciprocate in a relationship.
That's wonderful. And it's good to hear that too, because that's a lot of people's concerns, and everybody was concerned about you're going to get married, this and that, fast and quick, and you answered all the questions. Anything that I can't even remember anything else to ask you. I'm trying to ask you every question possible, and I
just hope that Mary Jane, you don't display me as the bad guy, because a lot of people, they try to go on and display me as a horrible individual. And they say, well, this is why he's manipulative. Look how good he talks. Or look at this. And then I hope you really just give the raw and you show people, like, I didn't expect to say, oh, man, she's going to make me a better person than people are. I just figured, man, at the end of the day, you deserve the truth. As a person who's been so loyal to watching our every move, you deserve to at least know the fucking truth. Your subscribers are going up like a motherfucker off just us being the top. And I was like, let me give her a topic. Like when motherfuckers say Sam wants clout. No, Sam don't want clout. Sam wants share clout. I want share clout. You've been loyally making sure motherfuckers know what the show's got going on. I felt you deserved for them to know the truth. I'm not a bad person. I'm a man. I'm cool. Yeah, I can get crazy. Yeah, I'm on a TV show and I entertain the world. It's like they say in Wreck-It Ralph. Bro said, just because I'm a bad guy doesn't mean I'm a bad guy. That's me.
But, some of the reviews that I do, I really go deep into it, and I always try my best to give you the benefit of the doubt too as well. And I have always said that, if his intentions, because they show on the show that your intentions, is to, you falsely met up with Egypt and you set up this whole thing or whatever. I said that could be the case or whatever, but I feel that he could have really fell in love with Egypt because of who she is, and then just not being touched, not being damaged, because if you've been with damaged people, broken people, and she's not that too as well, and then on top of that you both have the love of music too as well. And putting that together, you can really fall in love. And then on top of that, you explained how much she helped you too as well. How she helped you change your behavior from before. People don't really get to hear that or know that, because basically it just looks like you are older, so you know better, so you are in more control, but you're actually saying that she healed you and made you a better person.
Oh yeah.
And that can make you fall in love with a person. That can make you fall in love with somebody supporting you, somebody being there, somebody believing in you, somebody even taking care of financial things, living it comfortable, living, you can fall in love with that because that's a part of comfortability with love. We don't have to worry about so much.
And what makes you want to grind a whole lot harder, especially when you do love that person. Egypt told me, she didn't. I gave her every reason. I'll put it like this. I gave Egypt every reason to not be with me. The first week I was with her, I said, Egypt, I got kids. I got child support. I'm in college. My family don't really care for me because I used to be this. I got a drinking problem. I gave her every reason. I looked her in her face and I said, hey, girl, you are so wonderful. I don't want to be anything less. So if there's a guy out there, which I know there is, that could do everything right, not have these problems, I prefer you be with him. And Egypt looked at me and she said, the fact you say that makes you the one. Because you willing to let go of something so beautiful in order to just see it go well. And that's how it's always been with us. I want to see her see the best, and the day I don't feel I'm the best will be the day I leave. And I don't think that's ever that, because she makes me want to be the best every second. She makes me feel love when I felt no love. She believed in me when nobody else did. Those are the things that I fell in love with. Even before I knew her, she believed in me, and that's all it really took. She believed that I had something to say and that I was special, and everybody else teach me and treat me like I was trash. My baby mamas didn't want to be with me, and they said I wasn't good enough. You know what I'm saying? Egypt said I was the greatest. When my family said I was an alcoholic and this, that, and the third, and I was never going to change, Egypt said, you'll change for the right reasons. I love you either way. Just want to be able to love you long. You know what I'm saying? That should make somebody really love you.
Yeah, it does.
I love Egypt.
Yep.
She do everything for me. I got her tatted on my fucking wrist. I got her face on my arm. I got Mama Pepa across my knuckles. I got a pepper shaker with unity tatted across my hand. Like, I love this family. Now, I know they love me. We just crazy people. That's all. Good crazy, though.
That's good to know. And I feel comfortable, and I feel that this conversation, you have been honest, in my opinion. I don't get anything. I don't pick up a negative vibe from you. I feel like you just really want to get your side of the story told to as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you quit the show for a reason, so therefore you left the show because of the bullshit and you wanted to be out. And then you got people like me making videos, so why you reached out on some real shit. And I appreciate that too as well, because it gives us another side to talk about, to understand who Sam is, because they didn't give that to us on the show. And like I said, the parts with your father was edited, so that's what everybody is going by too as well. But for you to clear it up, that says a whole lot. That says that you're not scared. That says that you're not fearful. You're not afraid to answer questions. You're not afraid to tell your truth. And you could have avoided it. You could have never reached out at ever. You don't have to. You're doing interviews with people, boss up. You don't have to come to Mary Jane Creation TV, but you did, and I really do appreciate that, and I appreciate your side of the story. And I wish you and Egypt the best of luck. That and I know it's difficult to be in the public light and people basically tearing it down. People saying this about you. People saying this about Egypt and everything else, and it gotta be difficult, because I'm not in your position. I know it gotta be difficult. For real.
You gonna be there though. Watch, girl. Your show gonna take off regardless. You're consistent. You do your homework. You trust. your shit gonna take, or you gonna know what it's like. You gonna be like, fuck that Maryjanetv show. She's so spot on. Damn, man, I'm tired of that New York accent. She make me feel some type of way. You'll hear all kinds of crazy shit, but then you go get those people who say, hey, man, she's 100 though. She really be doing her shit. She's dedicated to her work. So trust, I appreciate the pleasure was mine. Trust and believe.
Same here.
When I seen that number pop up, I don't even know what it was, because I thought that it was just on the show, and they was like, yo, call in. We did the live show. I was like, there's no way that number's right there, and it's not this girl number. Like, I'm going to call this broad. No offense to call you broad.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm going to call her. I want her to be able to talk to me spot on. You'll see, I even commented. I was like, yo, when you're at your interview, let me know. I'm up.
See, you know what? I had paused because, other information dropped, and so I was doing that, and I looked at my phone, so I didn't even go check the video, and now I just did check the video, and I do see your comment. Tell your father he can call and tell his side of the story and everything else. Tell him don't be mad at me, because he don't look like he's too happy with me in the comments.
In his eyes, he look at the situation, and he's like, man, my dad's old school, the motherfucker. He's like, man, this motherfucker over here talking shit, don't know us.
That's
he get crazy. I'm like, Dad, you call this, you know you. That's all you gotta do.
That's you're his son, so I totally get that. It's all good, all day, every day. It's all good. I totally get that. It's just that I go by what I see, and I could tell, when I do my reviews, I said, your father said he invested everything that he could into you, and he was there from you from the beginning to support you with your music career. And he was like, you can't mess up, Sam. Like, we got this big show to do. Let's do this show. And he was kind of ticked off with you because, you got your eye with the BB gun or a laser tag gun or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that shit was fucked up, man. I actually got shot in the eye with a BB gun. That shit was fucking... Man, I almost lost my eye. The doctor said if it would have been one more pound of pressure, it would have went through my kidney. That shit was so painful, but I ain't gonna lie, I would have probably did it all over again. It was a fun night.
I'm glad you got your sight, because we need you to have your sight so you can write, because you're gonna be writing for people. You're gonna be writing a lot of music if you already are not.
In the head.
But he talked about, how important, your career was. And he said, and I brought this up too, they cut it out. But he said that, you was very consistent. You was doing shows. But once you got with Egypt, you had stopped. Like, you haven't been consistent.
I didn't want people to think like that. That was my own, mindset. I didn't want people to think just because I was with her that I was, trying to come in. So I dropped everything I was doing, and I made it all about her.
Okay.
I legit just wanted it to be it's Egypt. I want people to know, I'm not coming in here trying to make this show about me. I'm not trying to make anything about me. I want to see this girl grow and strive. And I'm just happy to be a part of a process that she was, making music. To me, it was an honor to work with the princess of hip hop. Even though people didn't know she was the princess like that. You know what I'm saying? They do now, but it was this is an honor. And that's why I just didn't want to be that person. But now he just I wish you would have did that. You would have been way further now. And
yeah, he did say that.
I appreciate you did it for me, but at the same time, so it's been a journey with that for sure.
Yes,
journey.
Wonderful. Yeah, I know it's coming full circle as far as, you're not on the show. People are going to say this. They go, oh, he left the show because now he made it. Now he's going to disappear. But
shit.
You said you actually...
nothing. I didn't make nothing yet. Trust, I'm playing. I make something, but nobody. I have not made really what I wanted to do. Trust, I hope that one day, I can look back and say, I grew, but I don't want to ever be that person that grows off of being on this show. I don't want this show to be the reason why everybody thinks I made it. I think that's fucking just I would not want that. I want people to be able to hear, where our conversation and shit, just be like, yo, hold up, son, that nigga's right, yo. Wait a minute. Hey, it can't be right. So trust, it's gonna be good. And also I just sent a link to you.
Okay.
On the same message that I wrote when I said, If you want an interview, just ask me.
Yep.
And I put a link on there. And if you look, even right now, if you got the ability to look, you'll see this the date that this was marked. This is December 4th. It was shot 2 months prior to that. I didn't meet Egypt until October. Our relationship started in December. You'll see I started off with Nicole Arbor doing her skits and for the start of her video and all that. With Gangsta Boo and all that shit from 3-6 Mafia. Like, I was out there.
Okay, so you sent the link. You sent it to the same page that you wrote? Because I pinned your comment.
Yeah, I sent it right there. So I added a reply to my own comment.
Okay.
Because I think you hearted it.
Yeah, I don't see the comment yet. I don't know why.
Let me see. I'll try to... Is there a way I can, like, message it to you or some shit? Maryjanetv. Here, I'll just put a new comment on there.
Okay.
Because it say, what does it say? It says, remember to keep comments respectful. Sorry, that makes me laugh. Because ain't nobody ever listen to that bullshit. Ain't nobody respectful on these damn comments.
You already know they cuss me out too.
Be the fuck alive.
They cuss me out too. You don't understand. They cuss me out too as well. I get cussed out.
I'll be feeling bad, girl, because I've been looking at it. I'm just like, dang, man, like, what did he say? Like, what? Trust. Tell me if you got that one I just posted right now.
I'm signed in. I don't know why I don't see it. I see NA. There's a comment under it.
Yeah, I got two that are up there.
Maybe it's not showing. Yeah, I don't know why. There could be a lag or something.
Is there a way I could send you a message on there or no?
Just in the comment section, that's about it. Because they took the messenger thing that they used to have on here off.
I'll put it like this. Go. Are you in your... Can you search a video? I'll tell you what it is right now.
Okay, what's the video?
It's called Show Me How You Work. And work is spelled W-E-R-K. And it's by Nicole Arbor.
Okay, I see Nicole Arbor. Show me how to work. Nicole Arbor.
Yeah, Show Me How You Work music video. Show Me How You Work. You'll see it.
It says 2 years ago.
Yep, 1,700 or 178,000
Yep.
views on this. But yeah, you'll see me. I start this video off. This is the stuff I was doing before Egypt. I lived in there.
Okay. I see it.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was doing shit before all this.
Oh no, I could tell that you was doing music before just by, you introduced little Eazy-E, then you had DJ Quick's son on there, and you brought some other people on there too as well, and you was in the studio, and then when you and Egypt was, first did your song together on the show, I was like, yo, that shit's hot, and but people still hated on that one, and was like, oh, how come she's only getting the chorus, but you could tell that there was skill there, but I never searched your music until, I was like, yo, let me see if he can really rap. And then that's when I went to go search it. And I was like, before I do my review, I'm going to listen to Sam new music because I seen that you had dropped new music on Instagram. So I went to go search the music. I found it. Then the last video I did, I made sure I posted, your Spotify information, your music, the songs, and everything else like that too as well. I gave promotion.
Yeah, I've been trying, I've been doing my best.
No, it was hot. The music was hot. I didn't gonna even front. The song with Tretch was hot. I didn't even know you could sing like that. I didn't know you had a falsetto either. So, because the music they show on Growing Up Hip Hop, it was like, Lord have mercy, what's going on? And so I end up finding your music, and it was on point. No word of
So
lie
I'm
at some
glad you
point.
went and look. Some people don't. Some people are just haters, man.
Nah.
And I look at it like, I've noticed, like, since I've quit the show, I'm looking at it, I'm just like, yo, man, like, these motherfuckers, there's actual fans that are mad out here that I quit the fucking show.
Oh,
like,
no, people are upset.
hot.
No, people are upset that you quit. People are going to be upset because, you know, people want an ending to what has started. Like, what's going to happen? You know, it can even go on to God knows when, because people are very interested in what's going on with Sam in Egypt, because some people, you know, think that it's gonna work. Some people think it's a train wreck, but people want to see what's gonna happen, because people hang on to what's going on, because people like Egypt, and there's a lot of people that like you too, Sam. You know, even when I do my live reviews, there's a lot of people that come in and, you know, talk about Sam's not that bad guy, he's not this and that. And then if you check out some of the comments, there was like, people need to mind their business. You know, people go against everything else like that, but then people got a lot of things to say too as well, because the narrative of the show, of how we see you and everything else like that, it goes back to the character that they're creating, or has been created. It's like, oh, I know that dude, that's no good dude, oh, that's the same thing, you know, homeboy did to me, or Blase in the third, or whatever. So, and then on top of that, it's the money situation too as well. And I have mentioned in a bunch of my reviews that I don't think, I'm not going to hate on the dude because he's with Egypt, because you know, she has money. Because if a man is rich and he has money, he gets with a woman that doesn't have money, what he's not supposed to give her because she doesn't got money, he's there to build her up and help her too as well. Just like and I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman helping a man out and building a man up. Sometimes you got to build each other up. Especially, you're not going to find a lot of brothers that are multi-millionaires and everything else like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just not made for that to happen. So therefore, you might have to be with a man that don't have no money, but that man could be a genius, that man could be a scientist, that man can be an inventor, and all he needs is just a little bit of help. So I never thought that anything was wrong with the